Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be back. I just wanted to welcome you all to the April 2nd, 2026 meeting, which is a hybrid meeting. I think last time was also a hybrid meeting, I believe. This is the second hybrid meeting of the year for us. And it's a regular meeting of the Cupertino Parks and Recreation Commission. And this meeting is being recorded. For members of the public wishing to address the Parks and Recreation Commission on Zoom, the Zoom application will notify you that this meeting is being recorded. Please press continue on the Zoom application to stay on the meeting. Use the raise hand feature in Zoom when you would like to speak on an item and to lower your hand when you're finished speaking. Please unmute when called to speak and then mute yourself when you're done speaking. If you are calling in by phone, please identify yourself by name before speaking on an item. Press *9 on your phone to raise and lower your hand. Press *6 if you're participating by phone to unmute. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. So thank you very much for joining. To those who might join us in person and to all of you who are joining us remotely. As I'm Seema Swami, the chair, I declare the meeting open. And I'd like to say that last time I was supposed to join over Zoom, like the rest of you, as I was sick, but I got pulled into the hospital because of breathing distress. So hence I couldn't make the meeting. Therefore, I'm glad to be back. That was my first and only meeting that I have missed as a chair. So it's a pleasure to be back. So I would like the staff to start the process with a roll call, please.
Commissioner Marco,
Here.
Commissioner Shrikan,
Present.
Commissioner Stanton, Vice Chair Bono.
Here.
Chair Swami.
I'm here. Thank you very much. Thank you, staff. Let's move to the first item of business. This is going to be the approval of minutes for the December 4th, 2025 Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. Last time, I believe we did not have a quorum. So we are recommending the action to review and approve the meeting minutes. Do I have anyone to make the motion?
I'll make a motion and move to the recommended action, which is approve the December 4th, 2025 Parks and Recreation Commission meeting minutes.
Thank you very much. Anyone second it?
I second it.
Thank you. All right. Staff, are you going to do the roll call or should I go ahead?
Commissioner Tamarapan,
Yes.
Commissioner Shrikan,
Right, I'm sorry, this is for December?
Yes.
We were
Last meeting, we did not have the quorum for the
Right,
December
I
meeting.
understand. Commissioner Gabahar, were you at that meeting?
Yeah, but you could have watched it.
I thought the minutes said that you were not there.
Oh, this was a December.
December month.
My bad.
But Commissioner
no.
Kumarapan, if you have had the opportunity to.
No, I
watch the
understand it,
recording,
but yeah, I would like
then
to,
you're eligible
I would
to
like to
vote.
abstain on that.
Okay,
Thank you
alright.
for pointing out, so.
Yeah,
I
but
was
you're
thinking about the
eligible,
last-
anyone can. For example, I can approve last month because I watched them.
Well, yeah, I didn't fully, so
Yes.
I want to be abstained.
Alright.
Thank you.
Commissioner Shrikan,
Yes.
Commissioner Stanton, Vice Chair Bono,
Yes.
Chair Swami.
Yes, I approve. And I would like to ask if there are any clarifying questions or amendments to the meetings, which I should have asked before we did the call. I'm assuming since it is passed, we don't have to do that. I think it was written in a incorrect order, but that's okay. All right. I will now open public comment on the item. Staff, do we have any speaker cards or hands raised
No,
on?
because the meeting minutes were not approved.
We all approved it, right?
For December, we still have.
I still have to do the March 5th.
The March one.
The March 5th. Oh, it's not there. All right. I am following it the T, or at least my handout doesn't seem to have it. All right, let's actually go and move. We need to review and approve the March 2026 Parks and Recreation Commission meeting minutes. Do I have anyone to make the
I'll
motion?
make a motion to approve the March 5th Parks and Recreation Commission meeting minutes.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Commissioner Stanek. Staff, do you want to do a roll call?
Would you like to take any comments?
Yes, are there any comments, questions, amendments?
We have no speakers, Chair.
Okay, then we can move. I mean, yeah, I think we need, okay, great. I think if you don't have any amendments and we don't have any speakers from the public, I suppose the next point is to do a roll call in terms of approval of the minutes.
Commissioner Kumarapong,
Yes.
Commissioner Shrikin, Commissioner Stanek,
Yes.
Vice Chair Bono,
Yes.
Chair Swami,
Yes,
motion carries unanimously.
thank you very much. All right, let's do the, sorry, because we're talking about the next page. Thank you, staff. I overlooked that. You were right. So now that we have done that, let's do the, do we have any postponements, sir?
We do not.
Do we have any oral communications?
We have no speakers, Chair.
All right. Okay. Do we have any old business?
We do not.
So we have a number of new businesses as, as I listened last time, we deferred the election of the chair of the commission and the vice chair. They are now marked as two separate action items. We start with the, chair selection. So staff, can you please provide an overview of the process for this item?
Thank you. All of us have recently attended a training and refresher on how to go about this process, but because we're reviewing it and this will be recorded and for the public to refer back to at a future time, I'm just going to go over it briefly on how the process should take place tonight. So first of all, Chair, you introduced the item, so that part is already complete. If there are any questions related to the item on the agenda, we would take those next. That would be followed by any public comment. Thank you so much. Sorry, it's a little loud in the room. Thank you. We would take any public comment on the item. At that point, after public comment is closed, it would be appropriate to make a motion and theoretically receive a second. That would be followed by any commission discussion and a vote. And then at that point, as chair, you would announce who the next chair is. And at that point, we'll do a little bit of musical chairs. And we will provide whomever is elected the new chair with a meeting script for tonight and have them carry us through the balance of our agenda. Does anybody have any questions about the process? Okay, I'll hand it back to you, Chair.
All right. Do we ask for public comment now or after the,
If there are no clarifying questions to what we are going to be discussing, then absolutely.
we don't have any public online that is asking any questions or raised any hand to ask any questions at
We
this?
have no speakers, Chair.
We have no speakers. All right, it's all about us then. All right. Would anyone like to entertain a motion to nominate a Parks and Recreation Commission chair? Yes.
I would like to,
Commissioner
yeah. And the last, so I would like you to continue as a chair. It was last year, month was a little different, so I'd like you to be the chair. That's what I'm gonna.
Do you have any second?
Yeah.
I'll second myself. I can second myself too.
Mhm.
And I accept, thank you for the nomination. All right,
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to have a chair continue for a second?
We are.
I will now open it to the commissioners for any discussion on the motion.
I would like to formally ask, as a Cupertino resident, someone that has served as vice chair, why would we need to have a chair chairing a second time, as I'm sure that was expected of the question, as if I'm not sure the vice chair didn't do a good job this year. It feels like at any commission, there's a regular succession. where hard work, being present, and again, I remind everybody that current and future commissioners are watching this. So I don't want anybody to be this completely, don't want to apply for commissions because they don't want to maybe see that there's a certain group acting one way or not. So just going by council directives, code of ethics, and commissioner handbook. So just asking that question, I'm not sure that I'm gonna have an answer.
Have an answer because number one, I see that there was some kind of I don't think it's an issue of ethics in the first place because there's no ethical rule that says someone cannot be elected. I would also like to point out that this is the 6th year I have as a commissioner of parks and recreation.
The what, I'm sorry,
6th year.
60 years?
This is the 6th year
Oh,
that I am serving as the commissioner
okay.
of Parks and Recreation. And there is, in the past, first of all, I think last time, the staff, one of the Cupertino staff members, Sonia, had made a very firm point that no aspersions or any indication of aspersions should be cast because it is against decorum. It is also a violation of the Rosenfeld. So it is not an ethical violation to stand for election again. And in the first 4 years, I'd like to remind and just put it out there that I was neither the vice chair nor the chair for the first 4 years that I served. This is the 6th year, and I think I have done a really good job of really corralling, bringing this team together, and we have all served admirably.
Oh, I'm not saying otherwise, and I'll continue my comment.
Let's have Commissioner.
Can I make a comment on that? Right? Check.
Please.
So I think one of the reasons why I really wanted, last month, I think I was proposed to, but I think I have, again, a lot of things going on. So I don't know whether I will fulfill this duty fully because I'm going to travel, whatnot. So that's one. The second, the reason I couldn't is that based on the things Seema and I worked on, the chair and I worked on the senior center ones. And I watched her, a lot of great analytical things. She has done it and worked with them. So I thought it'll be an opportunity to go and implement it. And she had a good thing. That's one of the reasons I wanted to really make sure that she gets an opportunity to do that again. So that's the only reason. Nothing, I just want to put it there. There's nothing I'm violating on that. Once I saw her great analytical work and I wanted her to really put that in action and then prove. That's the only reason. So you can, it's again, that's my reason, and I don't want to go and say why not and kind of so.
Can I say something? I agree with Commissioner Bono that rotating is good. So last month, you expressed interest and you said you would be more available this year as well.
Yeah.
And I have seen Commissioner Kumarapan, attending all the events. He's on top of everything. All the Parks and Recs events I've seen him, wherever I've gone, he's going and taking pictures. He's more involved. So that is why I nominated him to be the chair. Even now, I would like to nominate, I don't know if that can happen now or only after we.
I think there'll be a substitute motion, I believe so.
After we vote on Commissioner Swami.
If you want to propose a substitute motion,
Mhm.
then how do we go about this? And
We're still in comments.
yes. Go ahead.
Thank you. I will not be voting, would not be voting for Commissioner Swami to be.
That you should reserve when you are actually doing that.
Okay, well, I'm making my comment
Yes.
about why I'm gonna vote the way I'm
Okay.
gonna vote. I think that's appropriate. Thank you.
Yes.
So there are just numerous times when I felt that the commission has gotten off track. There have been times where even last month, we didn't know if you were gonna be here or being able to attend. I remember at the last minute, they were asking Vice Chair Bono if he could chair the meeting. We were waiting. There was another time, you said that was the only time you weren't available. There was a time where we had to cancel a meeting because we didn't have a quorum and you were unable to attend. That was October, I want to say. When I.
No, it was not October. We had the October meeting. It was the February month. It was a February meeting of this year.
whichever month it was, we had to cancel, so that was another time, because we didn't have a quorum. When I was asked to sit in on a mayor's meeting, which happens every 2 months, I guess, on your behalf, because you couldn't be there. I think there were other commissioners who were asked that were also not available. I went to that meeting, and the expectation at that meeting is the chair brings an update from their commission and provides that. And when I got to, and I was asked at the last minute, so of course, I had not had an opportunity to see any of that. When I got there, you are presented with the printed updates from every chair of every commission. And every chair had an update except Parks and Rec, because it hadn't been submitted. And I believe that the mayor said, oh, the chair said that she would do it at the meeting. So what it means is that the people who are coming don't have the opportunity to prepare. And I was embarrassed at that meeting on behalf of our commission. And that's just an example that I'll say, I think we can do better. And I think we should give someone else an opportunity. And I know that you've come a long way, and I will admit that. I did not vote for you for chair last year, and I really appreciate what you've done, but I think that we can do better.
All right, I will respond to that because it was a direct statement about me and as a chair, I get to respond first about it. When we look at the chair per se in the past, I believe you have served as a chair of the Parks and Recreation in the past as well. And you were not able to manage at that particular point in time a decorum issue where another commissioner just stood up and started screaming that she felt attacked physically, and it was totally false. So what I'm saying is there are issues, but what we do as a commission is we come together. Here's the thing, 2 issues that you brought up, right? One is I was having some technical issues and I was traveling at that time. And this time I informed the staff that I was going to extend my stay in India by a week. And therefore I would call in remotely, but I just had bronchitis. I was still going to call in, but I just had a breathing issue to an extent they had to just put an oxygen mask, which is why. And these are contingencies of human nature that one cannot say is anything but what it is, correct? Therefore, I would actually like to say that every single meeting that I have chaired, it has started on time. We have actually looked at a number of issues like senior citizens forum. We have formed a subcommittee. We have really gone all out. It has been very collegial, and I've really made sure everybody gets a voice. Particularly, I'm actually very pleased even with Vice Chair Bono, with everybody, with Commissioner Kumarappan. It was such a pleasure to serve with him, and Commissioner Sheila Shrikant as well. So I would like to say that, listen, if I would like to take that work forward, because the senior citizens, there's a whole lot of work to be done, but also a lot of liaison issues between the team as well as the center. There have been a number of activities throughout last year. The mayor meeting was only one meeting of the multiple meetings that we have. We have all the activities that we have. I've attended every one of them, even though people who have signed up have not shown up, including you. You couldn't make it to the press awards meeting, unfortunately, which is fine. It's not finger pointing. It is that things happen. People are allowed to take time off, and that should not be held against them. There are human contingencies. With that, I leave the floor to Vice Chair Bono.
I just want to say this. This is my 3rd year.
Yes.
I'm not a person that looks at the past and reacts upon what happened in the past. I strongly believe in the change of commands because it always brings new blood. It's a continuity that we're doing to, it's nothing. I think you did a wonderful job this
Thank
year.
you, Vice Chair Bono.
But I did chair it twice. I did chair it twice, not once,
Sorry?
twice. I did chair the commission twice.
Oh, you
Not
did?
once. Yes, I did.
Excellent.
I'm just saying, it's,
I'm sure you were excellent.
I leave others to respond. I'm not gonna send myself flowers. But at the end of this here is just to be constructive
Yes.
and positive. And I think everyone deserves a chance. And this is also my last year And I'm very thankful you were able to do 6 years, but this is my last year as well. On this term, I've been 3 years in a row with not a single day that I missed consistently. And I traveled the world and I put my life around parks and recreation commissions. I'm just saying, I want to be sensitive to the kind of message we're sending out tonight. It's not about continuing a work because as a body, we can continue that work together. It's about giving the opportunity to someone to do good as well, to experience it and continue as a body. I respect all of you.
Right, and,
She knows.
yeah, Commissioner.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Commissioner Chair Swami, for all your services. Nobody needs to justify for their absence. It's all within your limit. If you're not, if it's not going to be within your limits, you will be anyways out of the commission. So if you are in the commission, that means you have taken time off within the limit. So no need to explain your personal difficulties for not attending for this thing. I just feel that, you have done a great job. I don't know the history, whatever has happened. But at the same time, I feel that, it should be rotated for, to give opportunity to others. The reason I chose last month, Commissioner Marapan is that he's committed to be more present, be within the, again, going 25% absent is
Within the rules.
within the domain. So otherwise,
Yes.
I see that he does a lot of homework, he puts in a lot of efforts. He's present and he comes with everything prepared notes and everything, and every event I see him. That is the one reason I
Thank you.
thought we should rotate and bring somebody.
Commissioner
who's more involved.
Srikanth, I agree with your comments with regard to Commissioner Kumarapan. He is just, this is not the first time I'm serving, this is the second time. I'm serving two separate in his previous session as well, and I've seen his amazing work. So, I know we need to go through the motion, so why don't I just take my, chair acceptance back? And I'd like to make a motion to nominate, Commissioner Kumarapan as the chair then.
I second that. Accept. Oh, you have to accept,
You have to accept it.
yeah.
Or not.
Okay.
Thank you for agreeing to serve. Not serve, I mean agreeing to stand. What is the next order of business?
So we need to vote on that substitute
Oh,
motion.
no,
Yeah, this is a substitute that also requires a discussion.
I'm not sure I heard a response.
Right.
He said, are you accepting it?
Yeah, I accept.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
So can you clarify, Lindsay, the motion on the floor? So
Yeah.
that way.
Absolutely. So we nominated Kumarapan as chair. And that motion was made by Swami and seconded by Commissioner Srikanth.
Correct.
I guess.
Yes.
Yes, Commissioner Stanek, you may.
Thank you, Chair. I've seen Gopal be chair, and I think he's been a very good chair in the past, and I really appreciate his contributions. I just heard his hesitancy just now about his travel schedule and his ability to be here. And I think that we do have another option. Vice Chair Bono has been here. He's done all the things that I know that you said you valued in Commissioner Kumarapan. I think Vice Chair Bono has also done. And I think that Commissioner Kumarapan, I understand you have a lot on your plate. Like, you will be on the commission for longer. Hopefully, once you get through those things, there will still be an opportunity for you. And for that reason, I would like to make a substitute motion to nominate Vice Chair Bono.
I'd like to make a comment. The whole reason why we have a chair and a vice chair is the vice chair, like Vice Chair Bono, very capably took over last time, and I really appreciate that. And if whenever the chair is unable to fulfill, and you have with all your contingencies worked amazingly well with me, I admire and I absolutely appreciate the work that you have done. And I just want to call out that the whole reason why we have, as Commissioner Srikanth was saying, that beyond 25% absence, you're automatically disqualified and you have to step down anyway. And as someone who has worked so well with me in the past, I would really, I don't think that should be a disqualifier. Yes, Commissioner Vice Chair Bono.
It's not about a disqualifying, but what you're saying is that the vice chair, not in 1 year, but 2 years in a row, does not get the title. And also, it's not about the title, the position, doing the chair, sometimes twice this year, the chair,
Uh-huh.
but we're before the first
You mean
motion.
once?
Huh?
Once.
Twice.
No, you didn't.
That was last weekend, months ago. I promise you that, I'm aware of it, I
have
did it.
attended, the record should show that I've
So
attended.
I'd like to continue,
Okay.
so I know what I'm doing.
All right, please go.
But second of all, minutes ago, he voted for you to be chair because he's not able to do so. So to ask me again,
Yeah,
twice the work, when you know that he has an opportunity next year, no one has answered my question. Why Bono is not listed here among you? And again, we're keeping on talking about the past, about your work together, serving together, being happy together in creating whatever needs to be done for Parks and Recreation. Okay, I'm not from the past, but I've been serving with you honorably
no,
for
you
the
actually
past
were,
2 years and a
you
half.
were with me in the past, Commissioner, Vice Chair Bono, and even in those, let's actually not talk about the past, present, future, there is a
But you
precedent.
guys are talking about the past.
Okay.
That's why this motion is up.
Absolutely. So if the past is prologue, past is prologue. As I said, I was in the commission for 4 years
You're right.
and I was not made the vice chair or the chair and someone who just came on board with 1 year. So there is a precedent. We're talking about precedents.
But what
There is a
does it do with
precedent. You were part of that meeting too, when you voted for another commissioner who had just been there for 1 year. So what I'm saying is, let's not talk about past, present, future, let's talk about the rules.
Wow.
So here's what I would propose.
She has a.
Yes,
Yeah, isn't it the process, once she nominates, before commenting? There should be.
Someone has to accept, there is a
Someone has to
substitution.
second the motion
Yeah, right,
and,
yes, to accept.
yeah,
That's-
it's
I
not comments
do
time.
accept.
Yeah, it's not comments time, right? They have to,
okay.
ask.
So we
for-
did the opposite, it is true. We did a conversation
All
before.
right, so the comments are ended. Commissioner Stanek has nominated you for chair as a substitute motion. And who's seconding it?
As expected. Don't look at me, look at
All right,
everyone
if we
else.
have no second, then we have to go with the primary motion. There's no second, then there's only one motion that has primary and second.
Second. Second.
Second motion. I didn't know what. I second myself.
All right,
Oh,
So
we're
we
gonna-
have a motion and a second for the substitute motion to nominate Vice Chair Bono.
yes. So I think the staff runs the roll call
Voting.
So
for the voting.
if there's no more discussion, that is correct.
I think the discussions are done. At this point, I think everything that needs to be said has been said.
Okay, so the first substitute motion we have is to nominate Vice Chair Bono as chair, Commissioner Kumarapan.
No.
Commissioner Shrikan?
No.
Commissioner Stanek?
Yes.
Vice Chair Bono?
Yes.
Chair Swami?
No.
The motion fails with Commissioner Stanek and Vice Chair Bono voting yes.
It's its own record.
So now we go back to the.
Okay, so
previous
Chair,
substitute motion.
now we go back to the original motion. Can you clarify what that is?
So we would go back to the next substitute motion, which would be
The original motion.
For-
substitute.
Commissioner Kumarapan as chair. So should we go to a vote? We have a motion and we have a second.
I think the motion was made and seconded. I made
Yes.
the motion and Commissioner Shrikant seconded.
Yes, we do.
Correct.
We have a motion and a second, so we can go to a vote, please. Commissioner Kumarapan?
Hold on really quick. Did you have your hand up?
No, I second. it.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
Okay, Commissioner Kumarapan?
Yes.
Commissioner Shrikan? Commissioner Stanek?
No.
Vice Chair Bono? Chair Swami?
Yes.
The motion carries with Commissioner Stanek and Vice Chair Bono voting no.
Congratulations. And let's change chairs. Please.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. You're carrying on the next motion for the election of the vice chair.
So we do this for.
She has this.
Right. I ran another copy, so it's done. So actually. This is where we left off. So you'll see those.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Jim. So let's go to the item 4. The subject is vice chair selection. And the recommended action is conduct the selection of the vice chair. As per the, so I need to go read
Yes.
through this. Oh, that's a new. Staff, can please provide an overview of the process for this item?
So similar to the last item, would you like for me to repeat the process or do we feel like we're okay with moving forward?
We are fine with moving
Okay.
forward.
Okay. Thank you for providing me the opportunity, but obviously we've just done it. So feel free to move forward with the script.
Excellent. Do any commissioners have any clarifying questions on the process? Already had it, enough, thank you. I will now open to public comment on this time. So do we have anybody
I don't believe anyone.
on the public?
We have no speakers, Chair.
Thank you. Seeing no speakers, I'll close the public comment and invite a motion for the vice chair position. Any motion for the vice chair position? Commissioners.
For Commissioner Street.
I will second it.
I have this.
Yeah.
If you don't accept it, then it's good. That's a different matter.
Okay,
I'll accept it.
excellent. Any, open to the commission for any discussion on this? Okay, then I think, staff, can you help us to get the vote?
Okay. Just checking there are no substitute motions. Nobody wants to make a substitute motion? Okay. Commissioner Streetkin?
Yes.
Commissioner Stanek? Commissioner Swami?
Yes.
Vice Chair Bono?
Yes.
Chair Kumarapan?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
That's fine. Now you can accept the handshake.
Okay, thank you all. It's,
That's fast.
it's pretty fast. Thank you. Congratulations. So let's move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the fiscal year 2026 and 27 community funding application valuation recommendation to City Council. The recommended action, what we have on the table is receive staff report, allow for clarifying questions, open the public comment period, receive commissioner's story, review and consider the application evaluations, and provide a funding recommendation to the City Council for the fiscal year 2026-27 community funding applications.
Thank you.
So the process, yeah.
Absolutely. And everybody has met Jacinta on several occasions. She will be doing the staff presentation on this item and answering any questions that you have.
So, yes. Wait, it's in. Give me a second.
Thank you. Please.
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and fellow commissioners. Nice to see you all again for the second item of the sheriff's community funding process. And tonight, the commission evaluation discussion. We will go over the 27 community funding applications and tap on the eligibility and the evaluation process.
This is your.
And these are slides from Mark meeting and from the initial reviews that concluded that 17 applications met eligibility requirements. while the remaining 5 applications still require further review by the commission to determine eligibility. And final eligibility of the application will be determined by commission during the.
Correct, please.
And then during this meeting, the commission will facilitate the evaluation process and provide a funding recommendation to city council. And commissioners, you should have prepared your preliminary scoring for the organizations prior to this meeting using the commissioner evaluation form, which is attachment C in the staff report agenda. And after the commissioners will have the opportunity to discuss organization eligibility and questions. And then after this meeting, public comment. Commissioner will complete our update for providing the totals for out of one application. And I will share screen like previously. I'll see this all from each commissioner and we'll compile that into worksheet. And so let you know, we can continue discussing and then we get for scores accordingly. Before determining the funding recommendation.
So first we should ask for a public comment, right? Right now, since,
Well, can we ask
clarifying questions?
for first is clarifying questions on, yeah.
May I?
First public comment. Yeah, please.
I want to know,
Yeah, go ahead.
especially because I wanted to understand what the confusion was for the staff that, and specifically what were the issues that these are have questionable eligibility? And what are the issues that you would recommend we take into consideration as, or as we are evaluating it in terms of eligibility, so that that guidance will be certainly very helpful.
So this was discussed during March's meeting, it was provided during a staff presentation. And then the commissioners had the opportunity to ask clarifying questions to the organizations. So a number of organizations, some of their project dates were unclear in their application. Commissioners had clarifying questions for the organizations and they had the opportunity to answer. Some of the organizations, their benefit wasn't clear for the Latino community. And then we had one applicant, they submitted after the
Yes.
deadline. So
That one was an easy one. The other ones, yes. Thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you.
Any other question? I'm just standing. please.
Thank you. Are we, in addition to the raw scores, are you also going to be normalizing with the ranking, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like we did last year?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And so with that, yeah, we want to make sure that we don't have the same score different.
Okay, Commissioner.
I just want to add for future ones that most of all, the 501c3 and 19 we saw, I don't think it's fair for a commissioner to find out if they're in good standing with the state. It should be
Yeah.
done automatically so that they are officially vetted. We may have
We wouldn't know how
had
to
or
vet it.
someone that is still not in good standing, we might consider give them money. I don't think it's right. That, as a 501c3 that I've seen many times, that's important. It should be part of the questionnaire that the city should source to make sure that they're in good standing and even maybe provide a certificate of good standing. That's why I think it would be make life easier for any future commissioner, to be honest.
I would agree. We are all in violent agreement.
But I just need to comment on that, what Commissioner says. Absolutely, because as an advisory body here we are analyzing the data and doing it, but if we have to go into the homework on how good standing and what it is, I think it's beyond the purview of the commissioners where we do it. I think definitely going forward, I would recommend to, as I will have separate discussion on this one with you on how this process has to change and we'll bring it back. So I think this is the one, totally agree with the Commissioner Bono on evaluating on that particular standing portion.
Your comment's been noted, so thank you.
Thank you. So now the clarification over, we can go for a public comment, right? If there are any.
Yeah.
we have no speakers, Chair.
Yeah. I think
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So now, what would you want? Sorry.
I have one clarifying question. If we are going to start giving numbers, should we talk about the eligibility first?
Yeah, so I'm going there right now. So that's what I'm.
That was my
so-
question. That's all.
Yeah, so before we evaluate, now we need to bring them or not into the bucket of overall. So we need to really go through each one of them. There are 5. And we need to, I think we can first have can you help us? Can you help me? So we have the 5, we can bring in one by one on the screen and we know what that is. And we can have a discussion on each commissioner's input, how they feel it and why it's eligible or not. Then based on that, I think we will make a call that pull them into the bucket, original bucket
Yes,
of it.
thank you.
And then we will go through the scores.
Yes.
Because I assume that every commissioner, assuming that they will be eligible, we might have done the scores. Now we will go and see it, whether we need to improve them or not. That's what?
Yeah.
Was that okay?
I have just one additional comment to that is there is one other one that was not marked as maybe didn't qualify. And I would like to bring that up for discussion.
Okay, in that case, staff, since we thought only 5.
Yes.
Just staff
Well,
to buy it, I
It's our
think,
decision.
yeah, so now I'm sure the Commissioner Stanek found out something, one other one. So I would like to bring that first, because whether that falls into the 5 + 1 6 or not, I would like to bring that one to have a discussion on it. Would that be the right approach? Excellent, and I think then Commissioner Stanek, it's floor is on you and you can bring it what that particular organization and what the rationale behind your decision or your recommendation.
So is it not part of this 20?
Within
Yeah.
the eligible one, which the staff.
So it was not identified as pending eligibility,
Oh,
but I had a question of,
Please.
maybe it shouldn't be, and maybe there's others that you found that you think are questionable from an eligibility perspective as
Please.
well. So the one that I had a question on was Sunflower Magic. Okay, and the proposal that was presented in written form was driving seniors to visit places. And the presentation that we got was a completely different proposal. And I didn't feel like I could evaluate that because what the organization submitted and what they told us were 2 entirely different things.
Okay, thank you. Then now we can have a clarification, which are discussions directly, right? So Commissioner Shrikant
I completely agree with Commissioner Stan.
on.
Yeah,
What
exactly,
was
the same
sunflower
thing. It was, there was a complete misalignment in her presentation. Even the material doesn't have enough justification. It just said, we want funding for driving the citizens. But the cause said it is for dance and, so it was all mixed up. There's no clear goal with that, cause. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Vice Chair Shrikant. Commissioner Bono, any?
I went by what she said verbally mostly, which they were partnering with the senior center, they were driving seniors. They only served 9 Cupertino resident. And then it's all about cardio aerobics and timing exercise and still the older population. When I saw the dance and the picture, I was like, with the big expensive watch, I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But I hear and I validate what you're saying. But at the end of the day, we are seeing if we want to assist the 501c3 that assist older ladies to remain independent. That's the subject for tonight, but it's only 9
So-
Cupertino residents.
Yeah, so, thank you, Commissioner Bono. Do you have any comments?
I do. I just feel, I also want to actually, maybe this is why it just kicked in the question of how we rank, rate and divvy up the money, because some people are asking for a lot of money. Some people are asking for a very little, but if we go by our ratings, they're ranking, because we may, if someone's asking 20,000, I may think it's a just cause, but I don't even want to give them the maximum we agree on, right? I may just think that we should just give 1,000 or something. They're first time. I had the same feeling about this. That
Yeah.
because especially for the written part, they said they're going to be driving around seniors and $1,000 doesn't seem excessive. for such.
Yeah, I think maybe, sorry, so I understood. So
So
right
a
now.
second question came up with that. So I'm not trying to derail, but I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
add an additional point.
So with that input,
Yes.
I'm just bringing back to the staff, right? So I hear Commissioner Stan next one and in general, so there is a mismatch. So when the staff approve now, will, because if we give it back to the, with this input, will staff will still disqualify this? Because we have to make a call on, it,
Yeah.
right? We will make a call. I just want to have a
Yeah.
question with the staff before, because
Valid.
they already made it as
Yeah.
eligible and I don't want to.
No, it's a
overrule
valid
it
question.
Until otherwise.
I don't want to take the blame.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No.
may I make a suggestion? Because the staff, if it comes to us, it's a recommendation. We can always choose instead of disqualifying them.
Yeah.
We could always choose not to fund them.
Yeah, so sorry,
Yeah,
question, please.
anyways, we are going to rank them. That
Yes.
causes at the lowest last
Yes.
on my rank. So as Commissioner Swami said, if we go and rank, then we can prioritize whom we want to allocate funds. By the time we come to the lowest rank, we may not even have funds. So we don't need to necessarily disqualify
Yes.
at our end.
Yes.
We'll go by
rank
ranking.
We'll go by
yeah,
ranking.
Go by ranking.
Yeah.
And can I know most of all the applicants are listening tonight. Again, I just want to make sure everyone understand that $167,000 and $120 was asked, but we only have 32,500. With the discretion of the
Yes.
council to provide, like last year, another 2,500, which closed the gap to 35, but we don't know. We're only here to advise. Sorry if we cannot give money to everybody, but we'll do the very best to make everybody happy.
And
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, yes, sir.
Respond. So I agree, we can definitely rank these low, rank that one very low, and you will see.
Yes.
If we rank them.
Why don't we do that?
I just think it's a little odd that we would go ahead and send to council these applications, but they don't see the presentations. And so they don't know that, I don't know what we would be even ranking there. And I think we should highlight at least the council, because they can make a different decision, right? But they're gonna be looking at the
So-
paper application, which is something
But
different.
we can
And
put
so,
it down.
Yeah,
like,
so.
we can not give
So
them
can-
any money, which is.
no, that's fine, but I have a caveat, if may I?
Please.
I can somehow in the future see where when I'm applying, when an organization applies, they might apply for one thing and later on during the presentation, I might say, maybe we can do a little bit more than that. And they probably expand on it, that it's not just driving, we'll also teach them dancing and give them fun. I don't want that to come across as a disqualifier if they're expanding services per se.
No,
Yes.
may I finish this? I think last year we did a great job and I think we're gonna do the same tonight. I don't think, even if we list someone the very bottom, that doesn't mean we have made up our mind. Let's start with the
Yes.
ranking of what we think.
Yeah.
We can start from the beginning or the last, however you want to do, and then we'll then have that as a bucket and then we can decide and see where what
Absolutely.
happens.
Perfect, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Please,
So
go ahead.
anyways, we are serving only 9 Cupertino residents. Even if it is on the list, I think the council will, understand why we put them on the lower, on the rank.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Thanks, commissioners, for the input, and I just want to make one comment. So, I think the commission decision of, let's be with them, not disqualify. We will really put our scores accordingly so that we know that, right? So the reason I think that's the right approach is, for example, a couple of organizations haven't even presented, right? A couple of them didn't show up. So what happens if they didn't present at all, they just went with the written application, we might have still had them, scored them with that 9 participants only and whatnot, with assuming that what they stated was the right approach, right? No, agree. So that means we know how to rank them with relative ranking with the others, right? That's what we are going to do. So I would thank you, Commissioner Stanek, to bring it up at the disconnect.
Yeah.
Going forward, I think when the presentation comes to, maybe it's another input to the staff that if there is a presentation, this has a complete 180-degree disconnect, then we can take a look at it and say, hey, it doesn't gel at all with what you have been asked for. At this point, we are going to include them as an eligible,
Yes.
and then we will accordingly score based on this disconnect. Everyone has it. so we will score accordingly. So can we move on to those five ineligible organizations one by one? And I would like to go through every commissioners to hear why they still feel it's ineligible or not. So can we, the first one is, I think, the blue leaf. Perfect. So, any, maybe one by one, you can go, so,
Closer.
yeah. Commissioners, let's go with your input. So Commissioner Sani, can I start with you?
And on this one, what was the basic pending on this one?
So we weren't clear on the direct impact, so they were doing the science research and then providing the results to the community and then also the.
Oh, the community.
Yes.
I'm okay.
Okay. Commissioner Bono, your input.
I second it.
Sorry.
No, I agree. It's an ongoing research with a multiple year as described. And again, I don't, it says that 60 Cupertino resident benefits it. I don't know how. So, yeah, I know it's 750. It's not much at all, but I would like to, I don't mind excluding it at this time.
Okay, Vice Chair Srikanth. Is it?
No, she should go to the, okay. All the
Oh,
commissioners
this
and then the
Commissioner,
chair.
sorry,
Yeah.
Commissioner Swami. I'm learning.
No, the Blue Leaf Labs, it's an interesting one. And I, Commissioner Bono pointed out, the amount is not a whole lot. It's 750. And this is where I was thinking that the number 60 seems a little less or more, one cannot say, because he's talking about a project that will actually have huge ramifications. My concern is primarily he's a single person. Is it viable for a long period of time? I don't know. I'd like to see some proof of concept going forward. So hence, I would like to join with the other two and say that maybe not at this time. But I'm not sure if I would disqualify, but I might say eligible, but I probably might just give $100 or $200 from my side. But I'm not, I am on the fence. Yeah, I wanted to explain why.
Yeah, and I will reserve my comments and for the last. Thank you, Commissioner. Vice Chair.
I have him on my lower rank as well.
But from eligibility, ineligibility wise, do you have any comments?
Okay,
Based on your perspective, because they couldn't, the staff couldn't decide whether they really eligible or not, but the other commissioners said, yeah, they want to exclude it, so you were input on that.
okay. I'm not sure about the eligibility or not eligible or not eligible part, because mainly he's a single student. He's trying to make some change and add some credit to his probably college application. How at the same time, I cannot even say like how much impact it's going to do on the city and the residents. So I put this cause and the lower on my rank. So if we have any leftover, maybe a couple of hundred, we can still give,
No,
but
Okay,
We are not saying ineligible.
yeah,
you both are not saying ineligible.
we can keep him on ranking, but maybe a lower at the rank, because I don't know about the eligibility.
I don't think he's ineligible for that reason, I believe.
Not necessarily. So is that okay? If you're done, I'll.
Yes, please,
make
go.
comments on this one, right? So if there is no direct Cupertino benefits in general, right? Because that's one of the general plan requirements on what it is. If it's not, it's not eligible.
But it is, right?
No, so that's what, when you've gone through the application, if it's not at all justifiable for you, so there are two parts in it, right? That's how I see it
Right.
from my side. For example, we just talked about the previous organization, right? We talked about, so there are also only 9 Cupertino residents are getting benefited, right? The previous.
For $1,000.
Yeah, that's a
Sunflower, right? So if you just do an apple to apple comparison, that's a 9 community members are getting benefited. In this, there's a 60.
Actually,
right?
it's a lot.
That's also
more.
done by one person.
Yeah, but that is what they are saying.
It's a lot.
It's also done by one person.
That,
Right?
yeah.
So I think we should not make a call on whether it's done by one person, the capability of that one person or the team of the team. really doing it or not, right? I don't think that we as a commission should use that as, because there are many things comes as
Yes.
one. They may have a backup support on whatnot.
Yeah.
But my thing is that, or you really, when I went through the application too, is it really attainable, reachable? So not even going into the community back on it. Is this one really aligns with the plan and then impact where we can fund, right?
Correct.
That's what I see
Yeah.
too, personally on my input. So sorry, that's
Yeah.
let me.
Once you're done.
So, yeah, in that also, I don't see as a huge thing from my perspective, because the staff had that confusion, right, is really on it, and I have the same one. So I'll give the benefit of doubt to the staff, because they are doing it for years and years on this one, and they have gone through so many organizations. So when they were confused on this, and they are, and we are at least more than two, and myself including, I'm really not completely convinced. That's why I'm joining in for my person. I think we should explore. That's my.
That's fine.
I have, can I change my mind?
Please.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember the
basically I changed.
For me, it is, I'm
Uh-huh.
really not for funding it as much, only because I need some proof of concept. But I don't think it should be on the basis of eligibility or non-eligibility, because that's a different scale. So I think
Yeah,
he is
so-
eligible, but I would not be giving money at this stage till I see a proof of
Okay,
concept.
that's fine. Each commission
Yes.
should have your own thing. So they're not going to
Yes.
become a unanimous thing on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So based on this stuff, I think just a discussion. I don't think that we are going to take a vote on it, right? Because it's a discussion we already.
discussion or voting?
I think it's a
We need to have a
voting,
vote
no?
for it?
It's a voting, no?
We
It's a
need to go for a vote on this one to become.
I don't think so. To be honest, I think in order to save an hour and a half of our time, you know
Yeah.
what we should do? We should put the list on a bucket, those we want to keep
Yeah.
collectively.
I agree.
Then at the last one, we can discuss the last one. We will see immediately in a way who are the top 15. Boom.
I mean, here's the thing, sorry,
So-
that's, I believe, I don't know. That's
Sorry,
not the
wait,
process
sorry,
in the
Maybe I
past.
didn't question Commissioner Bone, please.
I'm just
explain.
saying, instead of going through each and every single one, whether they're eligible or not, I think we kind of have already an idea of the first 10. Let's go with the first
No,
10.
there are
that we
only-
are-
No, so
there are only
let me-
five.
No, I'm saying the opposite.
let's
Those
listen.
that we keep and then
Yeah.
we can
We
start.
can revisit, yeah, I agree.
No,
No,
so
no.
let me go through the process, right? So the reason I wanted to do is elimination, right?
Correct.
We need to, because once we look into the bucket, we have no idea how it is. So we all assume that these organizations are eligible and they rank accordingly. That's one thing. But if it is not eligible, at least we should have a less thing to really, otherwise it's going to be confusing at the end. Do we really know, go through the 4 or not? Because the top 10, Commissioner Bone on your list, may be a different of top
Yes,
10. in
I think
each
No,
one.
they will be, they might be the same.
So I would,
They may not.
we don't know. And it is not a long, but 5,
Yes.
1 we are done already.
Yes.
So we can just go through quickly and just
Yeah.
clear it out, so that we have a
Yeah.
clarity.
We have an easy one, Chair.
No, I would like to go through the order they
order.
presented it, so
Okay.
it's easy for it. So
Fine.
based on this one, we don't have to vote, this particular one based on majority
Yeah,
of the
done.
commissioners
Yeah.
input. We can make it as, yes, whatever the staff initially called pending, ineligible. Is that right way to do?
Best pending eligibility and then later.
No, not eligible.
There's
Not eligible. Yeah,
Just staff had initial doubt on it and confirmed by the commissioners. Can we remove it and then can we move on to the second? Sorry, Vice Chair.
so in the interest of time, with these pending eligible items, yeah, okay.
And then-
As when we
yeah,
are
yes.
reviewing, we all would have done the homework. We just
quick.
say yes or no and
I
move
think
past
I
it.
agree.
We have a majority, that means it's gone.
Yeah.
out of the list.
You just say that
Yeah.
why you said no. That-
Yeah.
Like Commissioner Stanek said, because we want to know what the rationale behind you saying no or yes. That's a one line, then we can move forward.
Okay,
Yeah, but I have a problem with eligibility and non-eligibility. Because again, for me, eligibility is whether they are good with the state. Whether they are the other one, we are not inspectors of the 501c3. We don't know what, and it's a legal issue of saying the word eligible or not eligible. So that's where I'm getting a little bit like, I would say, I would change the word ineligible to we're not gonna give. And it doesn't, do we have to say the word
So-
ineligible?
No,
Absolutely. Do
I
we have
hear
to go
you,
that route?
Commissioner Bono, so I'm going to direct the question to
Yes.
staff, right? we had the process and you, in general, the staff, when you say you, the staff defines they have to meet specific criteria. If not, they are not eligible, right? You have the criteria very clearly defined and it is published, everyone. So that's why there is an ineligibility can be called out. And I don't think that anything is based on 513C. If that is the case, then staff might have already put it in the different bucket. I think if I understand correctly, the confusion is their goal, their vision, and how it really directly touches the Cupertino's plan and the impact. That's where they were confused and they stopped there and say, we feel it's not eligible, but you make a call, right? So that's why I say that it's nothing to do with their good standing, as per my understanding.
No, I wasn't saying that. I'm saying that the eligible or ineligible, it drives more within the organization itself compared
No,
to
it's an
what's.
application process.
No,
It's
well,
application.
yeah, but the application is 5,000 pages, so I'm just saying all combined, I'm just saying, I think it's complicated to do it that way of, the word ineligible is a problem.
Chair, Kumarapan, are there any of our staff, are there any of these applications where they're not in good standing with?
No, so let me not, so my understanding again, let me go back and focus on, right?
Yeah,
None of these applications have been called out by the staff that it is not in a good standing.
Okay, then-
And that's why they are not
Yeah.
eligible. That's not it.
okay,
As staff, just she pointed out,
yeah,
there is a confusion and she's going to tell for every organization why they felt that this is not. This is
Excellent,
quite pending
okay,
state.
yeah.
So, well, let's just focus
Yes.
only on that.
Yeah.
No peripheral things should be done.
Yeah.
So let's move on. I think this particular one moved on to, goes with what the initial recommendation of staff where they felt it is pending, it may not be eligible for getting into this application process. It's okay, we assume, we all agree. Not all, 4 of the commissioners agreed, so let's put on the bucket. So now let's go to the second one,
So
Food
the
lists.
second one is
Food
food
lists,
lists.
food lists. Yeah,
And this one is the food recovery program. by with Farmers Market.
farmers market and
Yes, and they listed a 3 to 4 year program, it's like an ongoing program, and then per the community funding policy. The fund should be for specific needs, not ongoing and operational costs. And this applicant listed like website and domain fees, van rentals. Tracking and data marketing stuff, and we kind of see that as ongoing operational, so this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so this particular organization, because they asked for ongoing, not for the 1 year, what we allocated.
There's
Ongoing operation. Ongoing
3
operation.
to 4 year.
3 to 4 year project, so that's great. So with that rationale, that's what staff assumes, so let's open it for a discussion. Is there any commissioners have any different opinion or
I agree 100%.
Commissioner Burnham?
It's a tough one, and I did.
I love this. I love what they're doing. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't fit our program. We have rules we're supposed to follow. And that's
Okay.
what I think we're supposed to do.
For the 1 year, 2026 and 27
Got it.
and so.
If that is the case.
Yeah. Commissioner Burnham, okay.
So I was saying $1,500 goes to material, $800 in U-Haul, $1,500 in safety gear, and $50 in website. That indeed is operational cost, but they're fighting food waste and food insecurity.
Yeah.
And they're recovered over 500 pounds of produce for West Valley Community Service. So I'm just saying, it's great and this is not about, in this case, administration cost, it's the food, those who are food insecure get the food, and it's wonderful for a young kid to
Yeah.
even do that.
Yeah.
And it has helped 1,500 Cupertino residents.
yes.
Yeah, so,
And I would like
can
to
I
add-
make just respond to it before, I think I've gone through that too. I think every application, again, I just want to make sure that the public as well as the folks who submitted and we are putting in a different bucket too. We are not questioning or validating whether they are doing the right thing or not. It is about when they submit the application, maybe this particular applicant will go through this and submit it next year in a way that's for 2026, this is what I need and I'm going to do this one. not for the 4 years kind of. I think they will learn it, because the application guidelines, the staff put is specific to 2026, what you're going to do, how it is, because you need to report back on what the money you got it and how it has been spent, right? This particular person will be in difficult position because it's for a 3 to 4 year program. There's nothing for that 1 year. So it is not narrowed down. It's a 4 year, 5 year. That's how we are debating on it. Nothing to do with it. I totally agree. I looked through it. Phenomenal effort. I'm sure that this particular person will come back with the much more things on. Okay, now I learned it. This is how the city application process and what their funding is. I will come back with 2026, 27, whatever. How do I do it, right?
Yeah.
So absolutely, please, whoever we do, we are not invalidating their vision and what they wanted to do, their mission and how they are, especially they're a student, I know. So they have the fire in it. I absolutely support, but I want to put the guardrails of the application process and that's why that's my comment on it. Yeah. Can we just do, sorry, Commissioner Swami and then Vice Chair.
I must say, I actually am so aligned with Commissioner Bono on this one, because here's the thing, are we going to invalidate somebody just because they did not see everything? A lot of them are operational costs. We have funded a lot of things that actually are operational in some way. How they actually framed it is a different matter. They asked for $2,500. If they've said it for 3 years, we can say, okay, divide that by 1/3 for this year, because, and that's the ask, because we can't fund 3 years out. So let's divide 2,400 to about, whatever it comes up to. I have to do the quick math, $800, 800 change, something like that, because should we punish somebody who's doing such amazing job? Because food waste America is known for food waste. They throw huge amounts of it. And it's just a matter of picking and dropping that it will be operational. How can we say just because it's operational, it is invalidated?
So sorry, like, no, I think before we come to commission, again, I just want to clarify this. We didn't disqualify or we didn't put it as ineligible state for now for discussion is not because it's only operation. It is the 3 to 4 years along operational expenses are like setting up website and all the truck rentals, all of them. So we don't know how it is going to help on the first year and how we are going to fund it for that 1 year narrow. That's a reason. So I don't think that the staff
But,
or anybody put in there. So I just want to
Chair, I
clarify.
just do want to disagree with you on that, because a website, if I'm putting it this year, I may not change it for 5 years. So how do you
That's
say
okay.
that just
No,
because
yeah,
I made a
don't want to,
website,
no,
it should not
I'm
be
not
used next
depending
year?
on it. I'm just clarifying the staff's position on it. So
No, I
thank you.
understand. That's why the staff gave it to
Yeah.
us, and I think we
What
should
the-
not make them ineligible entirely. We can cut it.
Yeah, we'll decide, yeah. I agree.
Is our
Yeah,
recommendation.
so
Yeah.
Vice Chair.
So, yeah, I think we should put it at the lower, the rank, but I feel that there is a goal for, there is a mission for this grant, Cupertino City grant. There are certain criteria that people should meet. And it has to be for a specific project for that year, not operational cost for a few years.
1,500 property
Sorry.
residents.
That doesn't matter. The amount, they are doing a great cause. Everyone agrees to that. We are not evaluating
You said
their values.
Property residents, they are 1,500 residents are being.
Yeah, so like, can I just finish? So what I'm saying is we are not evaluating the values of the cause itself of what we are seeing is, whether they qualify for this grant application. And clearly, it looks like it's not because they are asking for operational cost. This is something educational for them as well. Next year, they would come up with a project in mind saying this year, this farmers market we are going to attack. For that, we need money. Then definitely we would do 100% to them. It's a.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good. So, sorry, one more
I'll
last
just finish
thing.
to this because, to be honest with you, when every nonprofit or any people that request for funds, if anyone says that it's not going to operational cost, and
Yeah.
it seems to me the
Yeah.
structure that the chair has just established through because we didn't raise that last year,
Yes,
it means that nobody will
Exactly.
be eligible.
that's exactly my
That
point.
is, I don't think it makes.
Okay, so,
sense.
no, it's fine.
He doesn't-
No, I'm just saying this is the
Each commissioner's
figure.
opinion, and then
Yeah.
we all a
Yes.
majority of them wanted to add into it. So it looks like what I'm hearing based on that, but I think
Yeah.
you're good to go
I'm
to
good to
add
go.
them into it. Commissioner Srikanth, what do you think for them?
We should hold them. No, I don't think they would be, you can put them at the lower rank, but I don't think they qualify for this because of the application.
Okay,
content.
No,
May I
that's
ask a
it.
clarifying
Yeah, no.
question of the staff?
Yes or no for eligible?
Yeah, that's all. We just wanted to.
Okay,
No,
yes.
Yes,
No.
no,
yes, absolutely, because everyone's using it for operational,
yeah,
And you?
whether
No.
they say it or not.
Okay, so we're.
So we have 3 no
Move
and
on.
2 yes, okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. I'm following through the guidelines. Third one, please.
We have Los Angeles National.
We're all gonna agree.
Yes.
So,
And your rational, please.
so they are based in, LA. I think they only identified 25 residents for a Miami Kings All-Star Weekend event. The request doesn't really identify clear benefit to our city. And then another guideline for the policy is that the admission to the program or event must be free of charge, and they are,
And they're charging $25, right?
I think starting 25.
Oh, it's starting to. I remember that.
For their change.
Okay, good. So any discussion needed on this one, but still, Commissioner Stan.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no. I think we have a responsibility as a commission to implement the program as it has been given to us. And there are certain criteria that must be met. This one is much more clear. I agree that, they're charging. So it's not eligible. So regardless of how we feel about what they're doing,
Yeah,
it's eligible or not. And I think that should be very clear. It shouldn't cloud our judgment. And so I'm no on this, just like I'm no on the others.
you want to say you were Commissioner.
No on this.
No. Swami, Commissioner. No. So Stephen, three done. Fourth one, please.
Next, we have the Wolfpack Pentathlon
Fantastic.
Club. So they want to rent the high school for spring, summer, fall training. And then I think they are also stating that they're charging a participation fee.
Yeah, correct. And that's a rational, behind that. You put it as pending for it. Okay. Any discussion or comments on each commissioner? Let's go. Stan.
I agree with Stan.
James, yes or no?
Ineligible.
Ineligible.
And I agree, and they were not there. On top of it, they were asking for 10,000 only serve Cupertino residents. No.
Commissioner Swami.
I agree. I agree that it's ineligible.
Which is ineligible, such. Yeah. Okay, the fifth one, please.
Last one is a returning applicant, part of the Valley Services for Seniors. That's for the independent living program. And this is the applicant that submitted late.
What is the name?
May I ask you when it's still
For
late?
senior citizens.
Part of the valley.
Part of the balance.
Part of the Valley.
It was the last
Big
presentation.
summit? Is it like 1 minute late or?
How- 1 day late. And they have
So-
actually done it.
so
in the
let me-
past.
Okay, so, but again, go through the same one. So because it's a late submission, that's why we are. Okay. Commissioner.
But I think there's another issue with this one, and that is because it's funding the ED and I think the volunteer coordinator. And you cannot say that, I mean, that is absolute operational cost. And I think that should have been called out by the staff. That's the, and I think you said it last time, it's, if we let this one, it's just a day late. What about all the other people that said, I missed it and they didn't submit because of that? We shouldn't just let
Yes,
our
sir.
place.
No.
So,
Commissioner Stan.
No.
Commissioner Commissioner Swami?
No.
Question?
Ineligible.
Yeah, ineligible, me too. So,
I love what they do.
yeah, I think,
Yeah, I love
so-
it too as
so
well.
all 5 done,
Yeah.
right? So.
Yeah.
we'll be-
I honestly would have loved to have considered them, but they're late and if we let them
Yeah,
in,
so-
then everybody else will fight.
Yeah, again, before we get on to the next step on it, I really wanted to again,
Thank you.
inform those commissioners, thank you for putting your thoughts into it. And for the organizations where we put you on it, please make all those things, whatever we called out, fix it, and the next year you can submit it. And we still appreciate all what you do, but we have to follow as the city guidelines and guardrails our application process. That's all we are doing. Nothing personal on every individual. Everything is awesome, but we will hope for the next year.
Great job.
Thank you for all of you. So let's,
Can we do a recap of those five that we just excluded?
yes, staff, would you mind and recap those five, the name of those organizations which you are putting it in there? Just the name of it, yeah.
We have two leaf labs, food lifts, Los Angeles National Division Week, Old Paxton Tagline Club, part of the Valley Services for seniors, and then the new one that you brought up, Sunflower Magic.
Sunflower,
No, sunflowers.
sunflower stays.
Sunflower stays, we'll rank them.
But that's a 6-1 we brought it, but all the five, the staff put a spending, become ineligible for this year's funding process. Excellent,
So
thank
we'll
you.
skip them,
So-
sorry.
Yeah, so now, can you please help, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to suggest, because we have a lot of groups to go through and at some point, not only do we need to rank, but we also need to determine of those ranks, eligible dollar amounts or recommended dollar amounts, right? So with that being said, I'd really suggest that we move forward with the ranking as proposed and wait to have any dialogue on any of the rankings or justifications for a number or that sort of thing until we've actually seen how the numbers shake out and determine where we need to have those conversations.
Absolutely.
So if you're agreeable, I'd like to have Jacinta move forward.
Yeah, please,
that
let's
way.
go and give the
that
scope
fair?
for each one and.
No. Yes,
Please.
Commissioner Stanek?
Commissioner Stanek.
As we go, we're gonna be reading down our list. Can you give us a minute to like, we're just gonna say 0 next to the ones, or want to skip them, or the ones that are ineligible?
We'll just note in
Just gonna call out
eligible,
only the
right?
eligible ones.
Did you have them in order?
Yeah, I have them in order.
Okay.
Right, she has them in order. I'm just saying for the commission, so we don't get confused. You might want to mark next to John 4, so that you don't get confused as you're.
I
reading them
think
all.
we should do it.
So what I'd like to do,
Yeah.
what I'd like to do is before we start the ranking is to have Jacinta be super clear as now we are going to be ranking
Yeah.
Rotary Club. Get everybody's rankings. Now we're gonna be ranking,
No, she just, for example, she said she's.
I
gonna
know.
call-
we go down versus left to right.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's fine.
Each one and just.
That's fine. That's fine. So I'm sorry. I thought it was the other
Yeah,
one.
no, don't you go.
What organization or?
By the order in which you are given us the spreadsheet,
Okay.
that's how we know it.
Okay, so
Oh, by
Commissioner Swami would be first.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay. So
Oh, that's what you
Commissioner
want me to
Swami
do?
would be first.
Oh.
How about Commissioner Swami goes ahead and gives us her first few rankings and then we'll just do like a little check, kind of like when you're at the dentist, make sure we're at the right tooth. The right organization, right.
Let actually Bono and
No,
Shrikant go and then I'll go on them. So again, I'm a little bit for clarification. Are you saying that we have to go through all of them?
Correct.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay, so if you'd like
you
to
are
start.
rating on each one.
Lily was made ineligible, right?
Yeah.
So
Excluding the
teams talk, so.
last year.
You
if
can
I-
do, excuse me,
May I make a comment,
Yeah, is
Chair,
is it-
Chair.
please, Commissioner Swami has it.
Here, last year, we all recognized that it was $32,500. And we said that there's going to be a cap we are going to put and not go beyond that for anybody overall. So are we going to do the same thing? Because otherwise, we're okay.
Sorry, maybe let's answer the question. I think at this point, we are not even looking for how much to allocate. We are just going on scoring where they do. And based on that, the staff will reassign and say, these are the top 10. The second part is that how much we want to allocate. There are part 2.
Yeah.
So the part 1 is give all our scores, let's put in there. It will define where it is, and we may still have a debate on, you know what, no, I don't think so, because it's like same
Yeah.
score, whatnot.
So, and
That's
That's
the
what I
part
like to
one.
say is that we're not having discussion at this
Right.
point. We're literally like, you're the first one on the spreadsheet, so just literally going down and getting your rankings. We'll do
Yeah.
that for all 5 commissioners. And
Yeah,
at the conclusion, we'll let the formula
Of it.
take care of itself. We'll understand what
Yeah.
our top ranking
Yes.
organizations are. And then we can start to talk about dollar amounts.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
before that, in between, if there is a agreement, we can come together and agree upon who's one, two, three,
Correct,
four.
but
Yeah.
right now it's just a
Right
matter
now,
of
give
documenting.
your
the
individual scorings.
Right,
So-
so Commissioner
Agree
Swami,
with
I'd
that.
like to suggest that we just start and make it easy for staff to be able to work their way down.
Okay. Give me
Okay.
one second.
Please read out the organization.
Yes.
So if anyone is ready with the ranking, you want to go for.
Yeah, I would just say just, one of you can please go, I'll go
No, hold
second.
on. So, hold on.
Want to go first? Yeah,
Vice Chair, you should go later.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Huh?
guys should go
Welcome.
later.
You go first. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Commissioner Stanek is going first.
Yeah.
Blue Leaf
I'm gonna put
Lab,
myself out. Blue Leaf Lab is in eligible, right?
and then Teams Talk,
He's Talk, 86,
Colorful Minds.
81.
You left, oh, wait.
Oh, you want the score or the rank?
So the score, the final score,
Score.
that will automatically
Sure.
define
And then
the
she'll do the
rank.
ranks.
Mine for you.
Okay.
Okay, so we're skipping food lists F0, correct?
Yeah.
Make sure you, yeah, it'd be good to call it out.
Mine for you.
Okay, mine for you, 79,
Sunflower Magic.
18,
Hose Lions Club.
77,
Institute for the Study of Western Civilization.
51,
American Legion Post 642.
55,
Bay Area Cats.
82,
Fremont Union Schools Foundation.
80,
So skipping Los Angeles National Division
Yep.
Meeting Tessellation School.
57,
And then skipping Wolfpack.
Yep.
And going down to turning applicants active circle.
75,
Cupertino Supply and
85,
remember the Tooth Fairy.
68,
Rotary Club.
90,
I not.
70,
No Time to Waste.
89,
West Valley.
92,
Skip Acton Valley.
Okay, next Commissioner Swami, can we go with that?
Okay.
Okay,
For me.
Uh,
Blue Leaf Lab skipping.
Commissioner Bona, do you want to go next?
Yes, please, that's
Go
fine.
ahead.
Happy to do that.
Thank you.
So Team Talk, 85. Color Mind, 81. Mind for You, 75. Sunflower, 15. Don't laugh. Cupertino Host,
close they are to mine, we didn't have any.
Cupertino Host, 70. Institute, 30. American Legion, 50. Bay Area Cats, 20. I love cats though. Freeman Union High School, 100. Tessalin, whatever the name, 42. Wolfpack kept, Active Circle, 70. Cupertino Symphonic, 90. Remember Tooth Fairy, 80. Rotary, 50. ANAC, 80. Time to Waste, 90. West Valley, 100.
Thank you.
So I'm next.
Commissioner Swami.
Tea Talk.
Hold on really quick.
Okay.
Teams Talk.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Tea
Sorry.
Talk 90. Colorful Minds Neurodivergent, I would say 85. Yes. I would say Mind for Youth 75. Sunflower Magic 20. And then Cupertino Lions Club 20. Institute for Study of Western Civilization, I would say 70.
Okay.
And then I would say that American Legion Post, the program for wreaths, 15. And then I am moving to the next one. Bay Area Cats is 70.
70.
70. Fremont Union High School, 100. Tessellation School, 35. And then we have Active Circle. Active Circle, I have partially funded, so let's make it 70. And then Cupertino Symphonic, 50. We have funded them in the past. And so ENUC, 65.
Remember the Tooth Fairy
Remember the Tooth Fairy is 95.
and Rotary,
There is Rotary, okay, I skipped, okay. Rotary is 40.
and then now I'm not.
Anak is 70. And then I have no time to waste, 90. The grocery rescue, and then West Valley Community Service, 95. That's it. Okay.
Thank you. Go ahead.
One comment before we go on. So I see that some of the commissioners have the same score for some of the organizations. And what that does when it ranks, it gives both of those organizations the higher number. And so that's why last year we made a distinction. So maybe when we go through the.
When we go through the,
ranking,
first of all,
you
see
can- you
if there
can
is a
say, "Oh, I
problem
put it up
comes,
or down."
then we will absolutely
Okay.
follow the last year one, which
Okay.
will be quick on that.
I don't recall what we
Vice
did last
Chair.
year, but I'm,
Yeah.
I'm going to be educated on that. and
Vice Chair.
just discuss it, because we could do it differently too.
Otherwise, I will go with the Vice Chair. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm having diffusion issues because my font is really small, but
Actually, there's one mistake, Institute of Study for Western Civilization, that is actually 45, sorry. Yes.
It's not gonna make much difference.
I know.
okay.
Oh, that's true. First one's Team Stop.
Yeah, team stock is 70. Mine is all yeah, like Commissioner Swan is all in 5s or 10s. And then
Colorful Minds.
Colorful Minds is 75.
Mine for You.
Food Lips is gone. Mine for Youth is 70. Sunflower Magic is 30. Lions Club is 75. Then this is 30. Then American Legion Post 50. Bay Area Cats is 40.
40.
Yeah. And then FUHSD is 95.
Relations.
And then Tessellations is 50. Then
Moving down to Active Service.
Active Circle is 70. Symphonic Band is 85. And Tooth Fairy is 80. Rotary Club is 75. INAC is 70. No Time to Waste is 85. West Valley is 90.
Let's return now.
Team Spot.
Yeah, things start 91.
One.
Colorful Minds 85. Mine for You 82. Sunflower Magic, I have 40. Cupertino Host Lions Club 78. Institute for the Study of Western Civilization 70.
American Legion Post.
American Religion is 66. Bay Area Cats 66. Fremont Union High School 77. That's School 74. Wolf.
No, that's in the.
Sorry.
Active. Active circle.
Which one?
Is it?
Oh, that's not there, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh,
We're not ranking.
yeah, okay. Active Circle 86. Symphony and is 81. Remember the Truth Fairy 76. Rotary Club 81. ANAC 80. No Time to Waste 89. West Valley 89.
You see that.
We did it.
Good.
Nice.
That was not bad.
The winner is FUHS.
There we go. I think that's,
So,
You can enlarge it, not this one, but the finals.
So we have a few 90s.
Yeah, we will adjust.
Guys want to adjust for the top.
So, sorry, before we go adjust on it, can you give us like what, how many, like 590s and
I just
I
want to
couldn't see it,
understand
but-
exactly what are we doing,
you're seeing that what the ranking was,
Taking a quick observation
observation?
of how folks have ranked, given the scores that have been provided, and given the size of the spreadsheet, a lot of us have moved forward in the room,
Yeah.
which is totally fine.
I think you were seen as an teacher.
So, yeah, just give us 1 second to fill in the rest of that way. I don't have it truly shake out.
Yeah, he missed Los Angeles.
There was an error on that Los Angeles, did you see?
What did I miss?
Yeah, no, there was an error. I know that.
Oh,
Oh,
that's okay.
it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, because they put zero, it thinks it's down.
can we look at the rank for each commissioner to see if they have duplicates, like sorted?
Yeah,
So Commissioner Stanek, I'm not too sure everybody followed what you were saying
Yes.
and how it took place last year. So, and I'm new myself, so I'm glad for you.
So I'm just gonna go through because last year this was the challenge too. So please.
Yeah. So, let's see, if we go, let's go to Bono. So if you see Bono's rank from, top to bottom, his ranking, he gave two
One.
organizations one. So he's getting two #1 votes in ranking. And I had one #1 and one #2. So I'm only getting a #1 and a #2 vote. He's getting two #1 votes. So that's where, and he's got the next one is 3. So I guess what it's like to see.
Two, yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2. So I change the number and that'll change the rank.
Makes sense.
So if you could just go like 95 in there and.
So this one is for West Valley and Fremont.
That
Yeah,
can
which one do
be
you
number
prefer?
one, West Valley, number one.
so you can change the other one to 95 maybe.
Yeah,
You want to change Fremont to 95?
sure.
Then go back and see if he has any other duplicates.
Oh, here's a lot.
Now,
So.
can put number, team talk as number 4. That's
You have two
fine.
threes.
Oh.
5, 6,
Okay,
7.
can you?
You have two
We're not-
threes.
It's 1-3, it's a
Yeah,
3.
we're not Bono. Yeah.
Bono is
That's
two.
the-
210.
So
Two,
the
seven.
one for me on the list is, no time to wait, so that stays, so that can be 4.
Yes.
So it can be 87 or something, right? Is that the right?
So do you understand why I'm doing that?
Yes, absolutely.
So this way to.
87 or,
Force upon it?
It forces
Yeah.
it.
then that should make it number 5, 6, 7.
So now you have sign up and remember the Tewksbury, both heads in the meeting.
So I'll name something, if I make 85 here, that means that becomes 8, isn't it?
No, it'll become, no, if you make it 85, it'll become 7. So if you want Tooth Fairy to be
Okay,
7, then make Tooth Fairy 85.
Yes, there you go.
So Tewksbury 85.
Yes, please.
The rest one becomes 8.
This is a get down street. Yeah.
And you have Tooth
Start it
Fairy
again.
teeth,
Sorry, can we start?
Lions Club and Rotary Club.
Five.
I know. It's.
So now you have two 85s, teams
Then
talking.
we're gonna put, remember to, that 84.
Remember the Tewksbury?
Oh, I could have to, now I have to sit down with all my numbers, it's gonna get screwy.
So it was teams talking, remember the Tewksbury, both heads. So
So I need to change this one to number 6.
So
I'm
this is-
okay with the ranking, the way it shows.
So if you want, if you want to make
Remember the Tooth Fairy to be 6, then make that 80.
84, yeah, make team stock as
80 or 84.
85, the other one is 84.
Just want to make sure that then you will put the previous one, so just because the
To be
difference
honest
is
with
only
you, the
one.
way you see it, honestly, the way it's ranked already, I'm okay with the way it shows, so it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like, you know.
That's fine,
Okay.
but you have to change the score for it to become those numbers.
Alright, try to tell that way.
So I can help you, you can make
Can I-
Tooth Fairy 80, then it will be that.
Do you want me to redo the whole thing?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
you could just adjust those, you can make
Just
adjustments.
change. Remember the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
he wants it in the order.
Everything, if it is the same order, go everything one number down.
No, he has to change the number. She has to change the number. So instead of make the tooth fairy 80, so that makes it, not 80, 84, because he has another 80.
So
Yes, please change it.
Eighty-four.
You can make 82, 83, 84 because you have 80 and 80.
Right, there you go. Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
seventies, circle and coastline.
So-
71.
Yeah, active circle is 71, so it will be 10, and then rotary, the next one.
Sorry. Which one do you want to make it?
He said he was fine with the order.
Oh, in the left.
Yes,
So here would be 51,
So I'd
but then it's gonna change.
yes, so just make it 49.
So I'd like to suggest, really quick, I'd like, excuse me, Chair. I'd like to suggest that Jacinta
Yeah, so can
Jacinta work directly with the
Correct.
commissioner.
correct.
And everybody look at their
So,
respective lists and be prepared to have a similar
Yeah, yeah.
conversation.
So, Bola, you and the staff only will discuss on it.
Okay.
We will not give you any suggestions to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we will work out.
So Seema, can you look at yours where you have, I can just do it right away.
Right there.
Oh, but she does it over there because it's hard for me to do it. Okay, because she's got to go back to the feeder document to get it on here. It's not hard for me. It's just like I like the order, I'll just flip it there. Okay. It won't take me time. And I was only advising him because he likes the order, so I was just saying, make it one number less.
So for the purposes of the recording, if we can allow the conversation take
Yes.
place between the commissioner and the staff, that would be super helpful. Thank you.
Totally.
Sorry about that. That was canceled. So I'll keep, I'll put this 19. Yeah, so that it goes actually.
So then the. And then are you okay with the spring?
And those are all fine. Those are all ineligible.
Those are all the.
Yeah.
You're all going to have
They're all
5
zero.
people.
I'm fine with it. Thank you.
Our next,
I can be the next one.
Commissioner Farney.
Okay, so you have to adjust. Post that.
And the tooth fairy can be, can be 90, 94. And then no time to waste can be 92. Then 70, so I will go with active circle at 74. And I will go with Anak as 70 is fine. I'll change the Bay Area cat to 50. I have a few 50s now. So I'll make the Bay Area cats 49.
Yeah, 220s.
220s, right? Then I'll make the Cupertino host as 1. Yes. And Sunflower Magic as 5. They have a lot of money. They do great work.
Okay, Commissioner Stanley.
Just one moment.
Oh, you actually don't have any.
Whoa.
He doesn't have any over.
That's awesome. Intention.
Okay, good for you.
I didn't do that. Oh, thank you. I will do it next time. Vice Chair Shrikant.
Waste and it's no symphonic and at 80.
Okay, I will change, no time to waste to 86, please. And then,
And then you have 3.
Okay. yeah, I will change, Colorful Mind, sorry, Rotary Club of Cupertino, we, there as number 6, Colorful Mind 74, Lions Club 73, please. Yeah. And then, Peace Talk, yeah, so, my, so 79, 78, so I will do. I have, sorry. 72. The other one is, Peace Talk, mine for you. Okay, please, I do. That's 70. Mine for is an activist husband. Let's make it into. One for 69, 68, the other one 69. Oh. So let's do resolution 49, please.
That's exactly my reasoning. That's why I gave it.
Okay.
Why?
Uh,
30 pockets, I want public.
Sunflower Matter.
How much we agree?
27.
Look at scores, it's very similar. I rank Lions Club and. That's all. Not because I don't think they do.
289.
So,
Was out in.
yeah, so that's why it's 90.
The $2 and Rover.
Yeah, so long as that's.
$266, you have American.
I want to give, pass 169.
Okay, so.
Good job.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I think that was a lot easier.
you still need to adjust. And then you can see the rank and then we can start.
Oh, we did ours, so I'm good.
So you're going to do some height and whatnot.
I did some.
So is it,
Yeah.
Oh, that's what
Is it-
we want to see there. we
Yeah.
go.
Then I can do a column with, if you want to proportion, and then later on we'll.
yeah. So why don't you work on it? Is it okay that can we take 5 minutes break on it? Because we're going to do
Sorry,
our work and stuff.
While you work on this?
Oh,
yeah.
no, it's already sorted.
Oh, it's sorted.
No, why don't we, yeah,
Ranking and not the. Yeah, we want to see the ranking, please.
This one.
ranking, yeah, let's do the ranking and then take a break. if we-
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
It's all right. I know, I thought FUSD was number 1, so it went down.
What?
Fremont Union School was number 1 on pretty much everyone's list. I
No,
thought.
if you
No.
open it up, it's not.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
It'd be interesting to see it.
Do you want to
Actually,
open it up?
yeah, open it up for a minute. Cause I think you'll see a lot of,
So Fremont.
Oh, because
Yeah.
a couple of them said put it down, yeah.
So there were EDs and
I don't
some.
know how I got that low.
I should.
I thought it was
77.
Yeah, this is 77. Kumarapan, his score is 11. 8.
Yeah.
Just
I-
300 high school. That's okay, it's all right.
Yeah. I mean,
That's how they
I mean, it goes for 1,500, I mean.
Okay, so that's okay.
So that's okay?
Yeah.
Is
okay.
it okay? We take the fine?
I was just gonna say, I think staff could use a comfort break.
Yeah.
And I'm
Please.
hearing might
Yes.
need one as well. Given the time, and now I can't see what that is.
It's
But let's go based on this clock. Is 5 minutes sufficient?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna round up.
Okay, so we are back on, finish the ranking, that's a part one, and the staff, would you please, highlight, is there any other? Okay, just, we are spending another minute just to look at it, what the ranking is and how it reflected,
And
that's all at this point.
we can evaluate, and agree to change the ranks as a group, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, can we go discussion there?
So I wanted to,
One.
so I want to understand the process, part one now, so we have the ranking. If the commission together feels that, oh, together we would like to re-rank one or two, I don't think that we want to go for all.
Actually,
But it's for one or
there's only
two.
one, there's
Can
only
we,
one pair,
just, yeah, so can we, go ahead, I just want to look at,
there's only one
so
pair.
can we go for a quick discussion and on that particular, the ones which are on the top rank, 89 kind of, so that can be really, with some adjustment.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's a,
Or if you'd like, you can also have Jacinta just see if we were to just look at based on what the amount is requested. No adjustments based on the amount requested and the ranking. She can give you an idea about where 32.5 hits,
Right.
just for perspective, just for a visual.
Can I say something important though here?
please,
There is a
Some-
caveat here, because for example, Fremont Union High School Foundation, they have 15 mini grants divided between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are Cupertino High, Fremont High, Homestead High, Glenbrook High, and Monte Vista. That means that 15,000 only goes to 3 teachers, so we should divide the 15 divided by 5
three
to
per-
provide specifically for them, so it reaches at least for Cupertino High. Because we can't, again, we're focusing on Cupertino,
No, I
that's
think
the
we
way
can
I
do
say
that.
it,
But we can do that.
but then
when
we
get
can
to the
switch from
dollars.
15 to 3,000.
That-
No, so
all
sorry.
the schools are in Cupertino. All the Cupertino residents go to all those schools.
No.
Glenbrook is Cupertino school, I mean Cupertino
No,
residents.
I hear you, Fremont and all, I understand that, but I'm just saying.
So maybe, may I ask another clarification question to the staff? So if we adjust the rank, and if you look at the amount, I think we are already, like, I just wanted to see, I don't want the amount to influence us on what it is. So if you could hide the amount for now, staff, for now, yeah, hide it. And then now let's look at it, is it what you wanted to?
Yeah,
Then we will go back to the fund, and because at the time we may not allocate all, we may allocate only 50% or 25%, that's a different matter.
and all,
Now, let's go through this one, each commissioner, can, if you think that something has to be done one by one, maybe it looks like vice chair, you have some comment on any
Yeah.
ranking on this.
yeah, so can we do the ranking by just 1 through 18, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, agree upon the ranking?
This is right now.
Decimals?
Right now it's ranked.
No, the decimals, we can take out the decimals and go, okay,
Oh,
doesn't matter. I would like to move Fremont Union High School Foundation to rank 1. If people, it doesn't matter?
So my.
so Commissioner Stanek.
So I don't think, if we're gonna fund it, doesn't matter if it's 1 or 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think we don't have to be so close. We need-
Exactly.
Where we really need to care about is if we're funding or not.
Okay, got it.
That's my opinion.
And I think it would be
Absolutely. So in
easier.
that case, we don't have to re-rank them now.
Correct.
Okay,
So that part is done. So we all agree, that's how our scores are independently coming together, that's a ranking. Well, let's accept it. Now let's go to the funding. There we can make a call on what do you want to find for the low ask, high, medium, kind of, the different tier level. We can go through it. Is that
sounds,
good? Okay,
let's take a glance and see anybody at the bottom should be moved up. Collectively, do we agree on moving up anybody? That's, that can be first exercise.
now I think personally each one, so Vice Chair, I think we agree that this is the ranking.
Okay,
This is where it is. The funding is what going to determine it.
okay,
Is that okay?
That is.
Okay, that's fantastic. So, staff, if you don't mind, please, you can bring the hidden
okay,
fund dollars back again.
okay, sounds good.
So now the process,
Are we
right? So
setting up a
let's.
limit? We had set up a limit last time of $4,000, not more than $4,000.
So no, so maybe I'm trying to propose something based on last year's experience. So we had a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 kind of, right? So wherever they asked for like 1,000 and less, they are in the top 10 ranking, whatnot, we typically used to fund them full. And if it is, again, I'm just giving based on my recollection, the tier 2, which is between 1,000 to I think 5,000, whatever.
That's because
that
we set
number.
up 4,000 as the limit.
Yeah.
So anything that
Yeah.
came beneath it,
Beneath 5,000, whatever, then
Yeah.
we'll give like whatever, and then the highest amount, that's a different tier. So if the commissions are okay, I think now the funding proposal is now, can we consider anything less than 5,000 being the first tier, and then 5,000 to 10,000 second tier, and 10,000 to above as a tier to see whether we want to fund them, and how much is not yet? Am I clear or am I confused?
my,
Did I confused you?
okay.
So
Kavi,
any-
I like what you're saying. I would say that there's not many with 20,000, there are only a couple of them. So we can do under 2,000 and then the rest, because most of them are between 4 and 5. Only one is 19, one is, only 4 of them are about 10,000.
Yeah, so maybe I'll go back to my proposal again. We will see how quickly we can do. So any low dollar ask, and if they are in our ranking, can we decide we want to fund them full or not? Is that?
How do we know if they're in our rank, because we don't know if we're doing 7 or 9, if we're doing 7 organizations, could we just put some numbers in and then, or
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
put the numbers in and say how far down and go, oh, 32,005 only gets us 5 organizations, so let's take this one down, and then we get another 2 organizations, and let's take, does that make sense?
Yeah, please.
On stages, by numbers first, what we wish, and then when we get to 35, then we can start the changes again, right?
Okay,
I would just put them in where they are and just start
Yeah,
bringing them down, because we're probably not gonna fund, I mean, the 450, yeah, it's a no-brainer, it's
Right.
such small dollars, but. So, yeah,
If it's 32.5. This.
yeah,
move them,
put the
just
same
not
numbers.
put them in the recommended so we can see a total, and then we
Yeah.
can start adjusting
yeah,
The
down.
full amount.
So full
Just
amount.
say equal.
Yeah,
And then as soon as we hit it, or we say,
no, I think that's
yeah, then distribute them.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
right
this is
now-
good.
we are at that level, okay.
I
I
think
could see.
stop at that. Why don't we just do it? Because I think Cupertino Union High School is a public school. I'm fine with if we stop at.
Yeah, so sorry, can I interject now? So I think this is the first step, right? Good. Now, the second step of the process is, we know that we want to really look into, can we fund something else below the line? If we decide, if we all agree on that one, then where do we need to siphon that original amount to that one? I think that would be the best approach.
Say that again?
If you think that, oh my God, only these top 5 or whatever 6 number,
It's a
I can't see. Top 7, you
Seven.
think that, no, I think some others also deserve it on the low asks too, right? Because pick one, and then we'll see, do you want to fund it?
I think it's good for all of us to at least voice our opinion. I love how you stated it. Can we just go around and say if we are
Yeah.
comfortable or we want to do something differently?
Yeah, that's what that's a proposal, I'm putting it on the table now.
Commissioner
How do
Coyle?
you select, that's a challenge now. So which one you pick of the bottom set after 8 is now we need to agree on. How are you going to select based on the dollars or the ranking? Commissioner Stannard,
I would do the ranking, I would put the
Based
next
on the
3
rank.
on. I would just put the next 3 on and say, how much are we over? And start bringing dollars down. I mean, Fremont Union High School just has such a big number. It's half of what we've been allocated.
totally.
So I'm
Agree.
thinking $5,000 or $10,000 for them. And then that funds 3 or 4 more.
I think everybody is
I mean, I-
within at this point. Let's go with the process now. Yeah, 4,000, 2,500, 2,000. You put everything and see how much
Take a little
overflow.
bit off each one.
That's it. We'll stop there.
Yeah, so now we are almost 10K over.
Right. Where do you
So
take?
where do you take the 10K from the top 5? Because you allocate, not necessarily top 5, everyone.
So
So I would,
Yeah, I would like all of us to actually voice opinion. I appreciate
Each
you
one,
saying
yeah.
it, Commissioner Stanley. Commissioner Bono, what's your thinking?
Honestly, I think we have them ranked, right? The question is, do we want to help everybody somehow a little bit? Or not, or we are eliminating some? That, because if we're going with what you just said, then forget it, everyone believes it just happens that because of the ranking, they go low and they're not gonna be considered, then why didn't we go to all in each application? I think we should go, let's say 50% of already of everything so far, and you give a little bit of everything, see how much the amount is. Obviously, there are some amounts that's gonna be super off that we can't do at all. But, or we going the hard line. We all take 5 minutes and we all give our own a dollar amount and compare and do another ranking as well, based on, we're not changing the ranking.
So,
But we're looking at the.
But even last year,
Sorry,
we
no.
didn't fund everything. Sorry.
No,
We
please.
said some we are not gonna fund, so everybody who
Right.
applies is not in the game. I mean, they're in the game, but they don't all win.
Small budget.
I would say, for instance, this is a no-brainer. We should
But
fund
it
this,
is,
we
it's
should fund.
ineligible. The second.
And the,
oh yeah,
it's the 18, well, at least the 750 for sure, or the 450.
for the town funded.
Yeah, we
The
have.
seven, actually, we should delete or at least close the seven.
Can you hide the last
Can
5
you
rows?
read that, please? Yes.
Yes, we should remove them at this point.
Yeah.
There you go. That,
So, yeah, manageable. So may I make another suggestion based on Commissioner Bono's one? I think last time also we did top 10 or some numbers,
Yes,
we
that's
came
true.
up with it
Yeah.
and say, let's allocate it. And then we'll give it to the council, and if they have extra money, they can allocate, right? That's how we did it.
We're all
So-
gonna have a conversation.
About that.
Already gave some money to
Yes.
some of the return.
Oh, that's a very good,
To allocate
that's a-
100%, that's what
okay,
I'm saying.
that's a very
Chair,
good point, Commissioner
Can I speak
Bono.
after everyone's done because I have an opinion?
Yeah, so I just want to respond. Commissioner Bono, you bring up a very good point. In this one, return and a new, is that way to separate? Is it possible?
Yeah, but we.
Can we color it differently?
Yeah, I'll highlight the new ones.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, who are the new applicants, who are the return?
Yeah.
Who got benefited last year, who first time they applied. So I just wanted to have some shade on that one to see what we can.
Yeah,
And we all.
All the yellows are returning, all the orange is new.
yeah, well, the white also is written.
Yeah.
Yellow and white.
Okay.
So, yeah, it should be 2 colors.
So
Only
I.
3 are returning, okay?
So given the impact FUHST has, Fremont Union School Foundation has, it touches all the. All the schools where Cupertino residents go in,
Agree.
and it serves like 4,500 students.
Right.
I wouldn't cut anything out of that 15,000, because it is going towards education. And those clubs, we saw the students, they are doing amazing projects for the kids. I wouldn't cut that. With the remaining budget, I would distribute amongst people.
I have to strongly agree with the vice chair, Shrikant here, because I feel very strongly about that. The
That's-
schools have very little fun. I'll
That's
just
good.
finish
Yeah,
that one.
correct.
I mean, that's such an important community thing. They don't have any funding for most of the programs or anything. All the money is gone towards infrastructure. So hopefully this money will help them actually do something good for the students in other ways. That's why I think it's fine to give them half.
Okay, Commissioner Bono.
No, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
I didn't finish that.
Oh,
Are we
sorry,
talking about
sorry.
only that line item?
Only
Okay,
that one
okay,
for now.
fine.
Because,
So you were saying
Why?
fund them 100% at 15,000?
Yes, only because of,
Okay.
it's not one line item. We are talking of 4,500 students across multiple schools.
Okay,
All.
okay. So,
Commissioner Bono.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, Commissioner Stanley.
sure. I love what they're doing. It's gonna be 15 teachers that are gonna teach 30 students. So we're not talking all 4,500 kids. And I don't feel comfortable giving half of what we're doing to one organization. I want to fund them, absolutely. But maybe at the 7,500 or $1,000. Or
Thank you, Susan. So let me.
We said
I'll do it.
15 times, it's more than 30. I think each student, each teacher has about 35, 36.
Yeah, so my comments and then Commissioner Bono, is that okay? Or you?
Go ahead, no, please go.
Yeah, so I agree with the Commissioner Stanek because it's not necessary that this is the only fund. So I know that there is a multiple funds on it. And the main thing is that it takes away one particular organization takes away the 50% of the entire funding for benefits can be shared for others. Then anybody comes with this 15.8, then if you do it, that's my thing. I would also agree that if at all, if I've been given opportunity for myself, it's a 75, 50% I will fund it for now. Later, once it is there, we can adjust. That's my input and a Commissioner Bono, sorry.
Yeah, I'll just say that during the presentation, Commissioner Stanek did ask them, if they were not getting the full amount, and is there any amount help?
Yes.
So I do second also what you're saying, and I agree, and we all would love to give away, but I think in the spirit of giving to as many as we can, I think 50 look great.
Yeah. So
Vice Chair, please.
I agree with Commissioner Stanek as well. 50% of the funds would go to only one cause. Instead, we can distribute. So you were saying that 7,500 or 10,000, I would allocate 10K.
10K.
Yeah, 10K we could allocate, and the remaining amount we can distribute. So everyone gets it.
Can we take a straw vote?
I actually,
So, yeah,
may I would second Vice Chair, because when I do the calculation, it's $28 per student. So the problem is when you actually put one line item as opposed to having them break up by multiple schools, then you would have given like $3,000 to each school. Instead, we are just giving it to the, and it seems like it's a huge number, but it does get distributed to multiple schools. $28 per student is not much.
And also it's open for all the students, all the 4,500.
And $28 at 50
kids going, but it's open to, it's basically for all the Cupertino.
Yes,
kids,
and
students.
$28 per student is at the rate of $15,000. If you bring that number down to 10,000, it will be more like $16 or $17 per student.
Yeah, so again, we agree each commissioner's rationale behind why you wanted to fund. Let's not even debate on that.
We have to, because we're talking about one line item versus we were to put 535 students as line items.
Yeah, so 10K, that's what you are proposing.
Minimum.
Okay, so now I just want to make sure that I proposed 7,500, Commissioner Stanek proposed.
She has.
I was in between, 7,500 and 10,000.
Yeah, she's okay with both.
Commissioner
I'll
Bono.
go with either 7,500 or 10,000. I would prefer 75 so that, because we cannot solve the world's problem, but that we can help more.
Yeah, so we
people. So I
pick
would go
one
with
of
7,500.
7,500. You guys-
I'll give the 7,500 as of right now.
For
Okay.
now, it can still change.
We've adjusted the number to 75 just for a visual.
That's
fine. Sure.
It's perfect.
So for now, so based on three of them, we're gonna vote at least
Now we
75.
took care of that one. Make it completely different color.
Yeah, that's
There
right.
you go. Perfect.
For now.
So revisit.
Chair Kumarapan, that could be only the exception, because rest of it, we can put a limit of, as we did last year, as not more than 4,000 as the upper limit for everything else. That is what we all voted on last time. We
Okay.
said that there were so
So,
many.
yeah, so now let's complete it
Let's go
one.
to another one.
So now, let's move on to, and it's because we still over by 2K,
Yeah.
I believe, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So now,
oh, that's fine. Then I don't have a
That's
problem.
what-
Then
so
I don't have a
now,
problem.
what do we?
Ignore what I said.
So now the biggest funding going on, right? Because we took the biggest funding where and we adjusted it.
Yeah.
Next, which one you would like to see as the biggest funding right now? And personally, I'll put it my word right now, I don't want to touch the top two. That's me, because they are, whatever reason it is, they are number one, number two. And they are 5,000, the rest are all around 4,870 whatnot.
Yeah.
So my recommendation would be anything with the 4,870, 4,000. Those two are the top.
Yeah.
Are the highest number. If we could agree on something to reduce the funding, what it is, let's look into it, please.
I would love, I mean, again, we
Commissioner
did
Bono.
fund,
We funded them a lot
we did
last time.
fund Cupertino Symphony,
Yeah,
and I know
yes.
everything. If we funded the whole thing, I would go for the amount to be literally 1,500.
I would say 2K.
Okay, let me do a substitute motion. A friendly amendment, 2,000.
Okay,
So, everyone agreed to go on a 2K on
Okay.
Symphony.
okay, that,
Because we were generous to
we
them
can
last time.
hold it so that we know that we agreed upon. Okay, yeah, color code.
So now it is
Yeah.
at the members.
Right.
What we need, or even we can adjust like 500K, whatever, to meet the 32, because I don't want
I think
any
we can-
dollar to be
We
left
can
on the
put that to the
table.
Fremont School.
No, no, so.
Sorry, let me complete that.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we can either, there are two options, either we will say, done, good to go, right, with the top 10. Or if you think that, oh, there is another one we wanted to fund it, again, at the same ranking, right? I don't want to go pick at the bottom because the ranking is a ranking.
Mhm.
If you want to fund the next one, let's go, A next.
Yeah.
If you want to fund it, how much we want to fund it, and that means that money has to come from the next highest one, which is a 4,000 from
Yeah.
Rotary.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that as a proposal on the table.
Oh, yes. So
Let's go
actually,
with
I
that.
would agree with, INEC does a lot, so we can actually cut down on Cupertino or Rotary Club. Rotary is too high.
So yeah, before we go on individual, is that a way to start or any alternate suggestions, please? Commissioner Stanek, you have anything?
Sure, I'd like, INEC went way up in their funding requests. What did we?
6,500.
Yeah, what did we give them last year? 4?
Yeah.
4. We've been giving them year after year. They do a great job. They've expanded their program, but it seems like they would have also expanded their fundraising ability. So, I mean, 6,500 is just way too
Way
much.
too much. Okay,
We can do.
But I think there's some other,
I think Rotary Club is high. We can actually split that 2,000. I left 2,000 and Rotary Club because Rotary Club has deep pockets.
Maybe we should go
No.
one by one.
so let's not, so again, let's go one, amen. Do we want to fund it? If you all agree that yes, we want to fund it.
Yeah.
Then we can say, what is the minimum amount or what are the amount we want to fund it? Then we will go to the next one of where to take that money,
Right.
because we already have close to $1,000
Yeah.
sitting in the
Yes.
bank now.
Yeah,
So I just want to make sure that,
yeah.
right? So can we start with 1,000 and see whether it is
Yeah.
meeting 32K? 32, 950, and what is the 30?
So now we're over by
450.
Come on, I'm
I
good
think,
at cost.
I have a question.
An experience, even though the budget is set for a particular thing,
Council.
that council
Well,
moves around, so we could do something more or less, just saying. It
Can I
happened.
ask, for
So, yeah, go ahead, Commissioner Donovan.
no time to waste, there was no presentation, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yet they're asking for $5,000.
Yeah.
But they do serve, my understanding, 82.
Yeah.
Something was wrong, it's like 82,000.
Oh, yeah, I don't, yeah, the number was.
I was like, double.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So
you
something
bring up
is
a very
not wrong.
valid point on, if that is
Yeah.
that much interested, they want a 5K onto it.
And no
They didn't
presentation.
come and present on it.
Yeah.
So that's a point, because then you're giving a weightage to the people who already took a time to come and present to
Yeah.
us, justify why they need it, right?
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, so can we, from process standpoint, can we all go around, keep going round table?
Sure,
Yeah,
we can
you
go.
asked a question. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
asked the question, everyone.
ANAC, so what's your take, Commissioner
Okay.
Stanek?
So I guess, no, I did note that no time to waste didn't come, but it's clear that we love what they do. And I also know that from working with nonprofits, sometimes it's just really hard to show up. But I think we could cut that back a little bit. They're going to a new program, which is to be getting the restaurant food as opposed to the hospital food. Great program. I think, if we could give them, 4,000, then that would help us out there.
For
Okay.
which one?
No time to waste, from 5,000 to 4,000.
So you want,
Okay, that's okay, no, let's hear
just a
for
suggestion.
everyone, okay, Commissioner Stanek, she said, okay, before we go, Commissioner Stanek, can you make sure that right now we are taking the money, but are we going to still keep a
You already gave-
1,000?
you already
That's the
gave,
way we are
yeah.
going to, right?
Yeah, I'm okay
Okay,
with that.
that's fine, okay, so now, Commissioner Bono, two things. If you're okay with ANAC to be at 1,000, that's first one. Then you can help on, okay, I know this will be over. Do you have any other than Commissioner Stanek said, to siphon them out?
So ANAC, I'm okay with 1,000. At the end of the day, they are serving only 15 Cupertino residents, but their cause is very beautiful to give free glasses to young kids and all of that. It's awesome. So I do support 1,000 for sure. Now, what other organization you want me to talk about?
No,
Did you want to take
where,
money?
because we already
No,
overflowing it, we need to take some money out.
Well, again, and Commissioner Stanek mentioned that we appreciate what No Time to Waste does, but if we have to be honest, and with all the love in my life, and as far as nonprofit is concerned, if no one has time to waste to provide a presentation, it should count against
okay.
them. I would not want to
That's
count
okay.
them.
That's fine individually, so your point is taken, and what do you
I would put
suggest?
maybe 1,000 instead of 5. They're asking,
You're giving only 1,000?
yeah.
No.
They didn't present, they didn't.
It's okay, individually,
I
Swami, yeah,
I think one thing is working for us right now is giving each person their exclusive time on the table
exactly,
without interruption.
and
And I would suggest that we continue in that pattern because I'm seeing success with that.
thank you, and we don't have to defund.
Right,
Or
right.
we don't have to question your,
I'm
what you
concerned that
suggested.
there's no presentation
That's
at all.
perfectly fine, that's your call on 1,000, so, Commissioner Swami, yours.
See, we have all gone through, see, you don't know the contingency, like suddenly maybe the presenter had some emergency that couldn't show up. I mean, they have given us presentations in the past. They've come and they've been very, very articulate that cause is really reducing wastage and they're doing such enormously wonderful work. I know that a couple of members on this commission are members of the Rotary Club, but the Rotary Club, think about what they're doing. They're asking for funding for gardens and plants. Here it is preventing wastage. If you want to take any money out, it should be the Rotary Club based on what is getting funded. Every other thing you're looking at, it's actually funding people directly. This is nice to have a nice garden, I'm sure. I mean, I'm a
That's
gardener.
okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
So your
it should be
suggestion
better-
is to
remove
take
money from
What's your
Rotary Club
suggestion to
and give a
take
little
the-
bit more to ANA and then balance the 450 deficit. Because
So can you just, on the Rotary Club, now it's 4,000. You
I would say
suggest
2,000 is more than enough.
2,000 for Rotary.
Yes, it's
Okay.
plants.
That's okay.
That's
No, it's
about
fine.
people.
We
That's
have
my
no
opinion.
question that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Vice Chair.
So I'm not going to give reasoning. All I'm going to say is stick with the
Perfect.
numbers.
Perfect. Cool.
Cut down time to waste to 3,000. And then cut down Rotary Club to 3,000. And then cut down West Valley Community Services to 4,000. And then I would say
Hold
increase.
on, sorry, before you go, Vice Chair. So we were just talking about the overflow there now, because we didn't go to the next Cupertino funding the rest of the one, right?
Just-
So we only 450
Yeah, yeah.
overflow, we are trying to go there.
I
So now
thought we are going
We are
to,
trimming everything now?
no, I thought you're asking inputs about the numbers, where else you want to cut down?
No, so
No.
let me rephrase it. So right now, when we fund the ANF, so now the budget is overflowing by 450. So now we say that, okay, can we really siphon some amount
Mhm.
and which organization, one, you will pick as your first choice and how much you will allocate so that that money is coming back to the reserve. That's it. We are not going for everyone now. So if
Okay.
you could pick one, like every commissioner pick,
Uh-huh.
which one would be the one you pick and how much
Okay,
you think that we should allocate?
okay, no time to waste. I would cut it down to, where I say?
Three, you said
3,000.
three.
Yeah, we can do 3,000
Okay,
and
for now it's okay.
that for now, that is.
For now it's okay. Then we will come back if you plan to allocate anything to
There may
Cupertino
be
House.
excess, yeah.
Yeah, then
And-
we'll come there. At least
okay.
we will close that. Close.
Okay,
Is that okay?
yeah, and INAC, I would stay with 1,000.
Perfect, thank you. You was also.
I,
like is
no,
thousand,
I
right?
would say that we cut the plants from this thing for 2,000 and give
Okay.
that to school, to Fremont High School. Because school, it really is underfunded right now, but.
Sorry, we are,
Yeah.
just maybe we'll make correct. We're not going back on to Fremont Union for now.
Okay,
So we might come back, but for now, the question is ANAC funding, which is 1,000, right?
Yeah.
We allocated. We are budget overflow now. Where do we want to siphon? Pick one organization.
I would
we
pick
wanna siphon.
Rotary Club because
So
it's
you
it's
picked, yeah,
plants.
everybody picked the other and you picked the Rotary,
Yes,
okay? And you said Rotary, you pick from 4,000, how much you?
I want to make it 2,000 because
Or
my
2,000, it's
reasoning
okay.
is very clear.
Yeah, it's fine.
It
It's
has to be human beings over plants.
That's okay, yeah, perfect. So now, my take on it now. So we all voted on it, and my take is take $1,000 from no time to waste.
So
Which
make
is
it 4,000.
That's my take because I'm trying to go with it.
So we'll go with the voting, I mean.
Yeah, so where is it? 4,000 or 3,000, I'm flexible based on how many would say that. That's okay.
Good.
So Commissioner Standard, you said, what is it, no time to waste money, you said that you will take it to?
Yeah,
How much it is?
I would say 4,000.
4,000, Commissioner Bono,
To have. You say 25.
2,500,
So I want to give them 3,000.
for 3,000.
I want to be on the higher end of wherever it can be because of its cost or that's preventing wastage.
Okay,
So if everybody is going to vote it down, I'd go with the highest number.
What's the number? Oh,
I'm right now it's 4. I haven't heard Chair Kumarappan, whatever his number, if it's higher than 4,000, I'll go with that.
So right now it's 4,000. Is there any major objection? Go with it because that will still solve the budget overflow. We'll come back again. We might do one more iteration. So if that is the case,
Okay.
right?
May I
if that-
actually suggest it's not much of an overflow, it's only 450.
No, but no. The reason is we will come back. I'll tell you. So I just wanted to make sure. I don't want to go exactly take 450 because we want to make sure. So if you take 4,000 out and then we will be now surplus.
no, take 1,000 out.
Oh, sorry, 1,000 out. I'm sorry. Thank you. So now the 550 is not in red though. It should be green.
It should be
flashing
green.
They are all. So I'm just-
That's okay.
Okay, now, so I'm going back to the process again.
Oh.
So do as a commissioners, do we agree that we still need to fund one more organization? Let
No.
me go with-
No.
If it's not,
No.
okay, let's freeze it. Alright. No, sorry, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so don't look at the total right now, but what I want to see is, your question to anybody else, do you want to allocate? That is a no, everyone said no.
Yeah.
But within the allocation, can anyone be reduced? So there can be excess
Oh, yeah,
funds.
that's the
Then
next question.
that fund can go to whom? Like, I would say if we can slice and dice some of them, if we all agree to slice and dice somebody, I would add that funds to FUHSD.
Yes, I would
One of the
agree.
So,
question-
with the
so-
I would agree.
No, so when I say that freeze, I'm sorry, maybe I misspoke.
Uh,
When I say freeze, let's freeze that funding organization which are getting funding at this point. We're not going to expand further and we're going to draw the solid line.
Okay,
That we all agree,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
That's good. Now, so the last part of the process, hopefully we will do quickly, is that, oh, it's all good, we have a little bit surplus, but you know what, I'm still not happy with the things. Can we do adjust within that so that can we give a little more because we took a lot of money from the last two process. We took money from those two organizations, right? Is there 2 or 3 organizations we took? I think can we color that no time to waste to also in blue because we took the money off from them? Yeah. So now the process would be, okay, we are almost there. Is there any readjustment in the funding needed or not? So with that, let's start with Vice Chair Srikanth. What's your suggestion or what do you
Yeah.
think?
So, yeah, I agree with the process. Now the process, don't look at the total. What I'm saying is whichever I feel that can be reduced, I want to call out those.
Sure.
And then if there is excess funding, we can give it to distribute. It doesn't have to go everything to FUHSD. Up to 10,000 we can go. We can assign some more to INAC, something like that.
Yeah.
Whoever we reduce.
So where do you
So
think
where
that we're overfunding now?
I feel, remember the Tooth Fairy? Last year, we gave them, right? Remember the Tooth, no,
We-
or is this the first time they're
No, no,
coming?
no.
I remember seeing them,
No, we did fund last time.
Yeah.
Funded last year.
yeah, last year.
So we
Oh,
have some new
yeah,
ones.
we
How
We
much?
funded them. We
Yeah, yeah.
funded
The
them.
beige one, or
Yeah.
the peach ones are new.
Yeah, oh, that's correct. Remember the Tooth Fairy? They are asking for 4,000. Maybe we can cut it down to 3,000.
No, this 2,000.
Oh, sorry, I'm mixing up the line. I'm looking at Rotary Club.
We need a- yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay,
good.
okay, Rotary Club. So Rotary Club, I feel that we can reduce it by
Thank you.
1,000, can make it 3,000. And then Westfal's, we can make it to 4,000. So now we have excess of 2,000 funds. No time to waste, we have logged it. right?
Yeah, so again,
Yeah.
can I make a suggestion? Maybe since you said two, let's not, again, if you start trimming on every one, it is gonna take a lot of time, on each one will become two. Can we just pick one for now? One,
And have
and
a
see, are we
discussion.
agreed to trim it or not?
And have a discussion on
On
one.
the discussion on that one, then we'll go to the
You
second.
pick the Rotary Club and get a discussion
So
on that.
just have one, please.
So,
Yeah, let's,
Pick Rotary Club
okay?
to bring it down.
Yeah.
And if you want to know the number, I can.
Yes, please. What do you, when you say trim down, do you want to bring it down to three?
Yeah,
Or
I
two.
am fine with 2,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two.
2,000,
yeah.
okay? So that's good.
Two or three, depending upon the majority.
Yeah,
No, so let me, I just want to make it to clarity. Let's not give
Yeah.
one number.
Okay,
So
Go
that
with
we will
two
know
numbers.
one.
I'll give one number and then,
Yeah,
yeah, we
well,
can decide,
yeah.
let's say 2,500.
Okay, 2,500 is
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah,
two,
Commissioner Swan,
2,000.
2,000, 2,500 yours. Commissioner
No,
Bono.
ladies first.
Oh, okay, Commissioner Stan.
I'm okay with the majority, whether it's 2,000 or 25, it's fine.
Okay, 2,500, I'm putting, which is the upper limit you said.
It's fine.
Commissioner Stan.
I would do 3,000, and I'm just gonna say why. This is a program, and you say it's not for people.
No, it is for
It's-
people. I
it's-
misspoke about that.
Oh, okay.
Direct
The- the
people
city-
as opposed to
the city
this.
Has partnered, has asked Rotary to do this
Yeah.
for them. It's not just plants, it is a pollinator garden,
I know.
which it's going, let me just finish, thank you.
No, I'm
It's
agreeing with
going
you. I'm
right-
just giving you a
Right
back channel
next
as yes,
to the community gardens.
yes.
And to help the bees. Full disclosure, I am a Rotarian.
I know.
But I don't.
I
have
heard that in
anything
the
to do
last
with
meeting,
this.
yes.
So I just wanted to make that point, that this is something that the
That's
city
okay.
asked them
Yeah.
to do. And they have said, they will be putting in volunteer hours and their own money as well. So it's a much bigger project.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
thank you. So
Okay.
your recommendation is three, you said. right?
3,500.
What is it?
You change. Three,
You said three, starting with
three,
three.
let's say, let's keep it.
3,500.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I would,
mine,
because
mine.
what was addressed to me, I'd like to respond. You know, I am a huge, I agree. We need a lot of
Yeah, I think
things to
maybe
increase
that-
that, but I'm just saying that I'm
So
not
we don't have to
disagreeing.
define-
Yeah,
so
just
just
I'm
a
not
second.
defending, I'm going to close. I completely concur with the value of it. Please don't misunderstand where I'm coming
Yeah,
from.
so I think
But
everybody's at the discussion or bringing the point why they do it. So we don't have to say
Yeah.
why not. So we can be on it, agree
Yes.
with you on whatever the reason, rationale behind it. So I do agree on the impact of it, my own thing,
Yeah.
and I would absolutely go for 3K. That's my because 1,500 whatever, so
Yeah.
I'll go for a 3,000 from my input. So
I.
So we have 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 3.5,
Three,
3.
no, I'll go with 3.
So we can go with 3 as
Three.
an average.
So,
I'm just doing the
three
math.
all agree on it, let's make it to 3 now.
3,
Yeah.
yeah, 3,000 is good.
So again, I would say, we don't want to go through another big round of adjustment, given the time and people. We have 1,550, okay? Let's make, just a second,
recommendation
1
is
minute, Vice Chair. Yeah. Before you, because last time you made, I'm going to give somebody else another option, but you.
Yeah,
come, you want to
yeah,
comment?
I want to slice down only one more thing. So we get a little bit extra funds. West Valley, can we make it 4,000?
No, it's your
I-
call. No, we are not going to debate on it. So your suggestion is you want to trim it down to 5 to what number?
4K,
4K,
I'm saying,
okay.
so we can distribute them.
Okay, so do you have any other trim, because we have to, after this trim down, no more trim down, we need to allocate this money back into something else. That's all we're going to.
Chair Kumarappan, it's a very difficult one to slice unless I know where it goes. So I would be comfortable slicing 1,000 only if the rest of the money goes to Fremont Union High School Foundation, because I'm
So you,
looking at
it's okay,
per
so
person.
you are
If it
ready
is
to
not the
really
case,
allocate money back.
If you guys are allocating that money somewhere else, then I don't want to slice because
so
I
you-
really like what West Valley does, but I'm okay with it, provided it goes to.
Okay, so
Fremont
no
Union
more
High School.
slice on your point, you're going to wait for it, let's see, right?
I
You're
want
not-
to slice it only if it goes, because I
Okay.
want it to go to. Fremont
Conditional
Union.
slice, let's say
so
conditional.
you're not.
It's a conditional slice, but it's, I want to
Commissioner
slice
Stan,
it.
Please. If you want to slice, if not, you can also do
Yeah.
the same, okay, fine, I'm going to allocate the money, that's all we need, it's perfectly fine. We don't have to slice further. No need to, we are trimming slowly everywhere, we don't need to.
Full disclosure, I volunteered at West Valley Community Services Hope event last year, and it's a great event.
Yeah, it's a good program.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's, so do you want to trim anything or you are ready to see where this 1550 is going to go?
It's
Well, I would support giving it to FUHSD.
Thank you.
If we cut some.
So that means you're not trimming at this point. That's okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I
Commissioner Boyle.
would put 1,000 more on the Freeman and put the 550 on ANAC. And I would,
Yeah.
the
Okay, so
550
you-
on ANAC and put the
Yeah,
1,000.
now, before we go to where it goes, so you're also not trimming, but going to reallocate this. That's all you are.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
The reason
I'm
why,
also,
yeah, go ahead. You didn't
my
finish.
take is also, yes, I think let's reallocate the 1550. Let's leave the rest where it is and where this 1550 go. So now the process is now,
Okay,
where this 1550 need to go. Let's make a one round only.
Yeah.
You make a call and we are closing. this,
Yes.
Right? Let's
I
make
just
it.
want to say one thing about ANAC. I was the strongest proponent of ANAC for the longest time. I just saw that the cost per person went up steeply from the last 5 years. And I'm like, why? That is confusing to me. You're giving me a lot less for the dollar amount, whereas the inflation has not kicked in that much. That's why I was a little concerned about ANAC this time.
Okay, so with that comment now, can we go on it? Maximum, you can pick two organizations where this 1550
Yeah,
go.
I would
Because
go to
I'm going to start with the Commissioner Bono because he started on earlier.
Yeah.
So originally, your recommendation is what? Like
I
1,000
would
to?
like staff if possible, if you kindly. Can you remove all the debts that have been allocated the amount that they requested? Is there a way we can take that out?
Not remove, what do you mean?
All the green.
It's all the.
No, I know, I mean, I just wanted, I wanted to do it.
Already, all the greens are allocated.
So-
I'm sorry.
Let's do this then.
No, hold on, just a second, Commissioner Bono. The ANAT should be in blue. Because it's not,
Yeah.
yes, now it's good, Commissioner Bono. All the greens are what they wanted it, blues are trimmed.
Thank you, perfect, okay.
Perfect,
So-
now you go ahead.
So you're asking me the 1550 where they should be allocated?
Yeah, your call now and then we will go for
I
it.
would say 550 for ANAC and 1,000 for Fremont.
Okay, that's it, no more debate on that one.
Correct.
Commissioner
Ditto.
Ditto on that too, stand at 550 and 1,000. Commissioner Swami.
Or
We don't-
FUHSD. Or do FUHSD because it's.
1550 for you, Vice Chair.
ditto.
Ditto on that one, so you know where I go. So let's put,
How about you?
I, the same 550, 1,000. I become 3 and I was thinking 2.
Can I just say why? Very last. Just to know that our kid can have a pair of glasses for them that warms my heart.
I do not disagree.
Okay.
You're right about
Done,
100.
done.
Yes.
Really,
I'm
really.
fine with that too.
Thank you, all the
Yes.
commissioners.
We've
You
done.
did an amazing job,
Yeah,
amazing job on putting it there. And the staff may be thinking that, did they really do a good job on that? So staff, I think we did much better.
We accomplished.
Quickly come through it and thanks for the staff directing us on that one-on-one.
Yes.
What I'd just like to do before one of our step parts, I can't begin to explain to you how much work goes into getting us to this point. I know you guys put in a lot of work this evening and last month and stuff, but there are hours and hours behind Jacinta's work to make it so that way we can get to the funding recommendation. I just want to publicly recognize her for putting together a comprehensive packet for the commission. So we
I will,
Agree more on that because we know just how much.
each commissioner can just.
We
say-
always recognize the difference in this, but thank you.
Okay, Commissioner, Vice Chair. Go.
Yeah, so I would like to tell the public that each and every cause adds value to the
Correct.
community. If someone didn't get funding, it's not because we didn't vote for them. With even the very restricted amount, we had really a hard time distributing. everyone is doing a great job.
Yes.
Thank you for all the services they have been giving to the community.
Thank you.
I think I would second that strongly because I think it is being recorded. It's really important for us to recognize all the good work they're doing.
Commissioner Bono, do you want to say something quickly for the staff?
I want to thank the staff for being diligent and being patient with us. I thank all the commissioners. It's always a very hard meeting throughout the year. All our heart goes to everyone who wants to apply and continue to want to apply, and hopefully also look at the caveat on the do's and don'ts to be considered on the next one. And we hope that they do reapply.
Thank you.
Right.
Commissioner Stanley.
Yes, thank you. It's just great work, every year. Really appreciate it. And to the applicants, we have strict requirements that we need to follow of the program. And I appreciate the other commissioners coming together to understand that we don't have carte blanche to do what we want. And we have criteria that we have to follow. And I think what I found through this is that we're remarkably aligned. Our numbers may be different, but the things we put at the top and the bottom are
Yeah.
remarkably aligned. And so
That's true.
it's really nice to see that we have all these nonprofits that are doing great things in our community. So I thank them.
Awesome. Thank you. And I will just close the thought on this particular process. Let's say, absolutely. Every year we say that one. Collecting the data and checking it's eligible or not on every criteria, and then putting it together in a spreadsheet and bringing it in. Our job seems to be so easy here now, but I know how much work went on. So sincerely appreciate it. And for all the organizations submitted it, it's phenomenal. I think it's keep coming, it's keep growing now, like it's great. And the people who got through the process, they know what are the guardrails we put in there, why we couldn't. So you learned it. And I think they can even consult with the staff for any clarification in future applications. So thank you all. I think we are closing at this point, right? The
No,
funding? No, this particular item is closed. Is that, since funding has been already given, this will go to council?
Yeah.
That's our recommendation, or do we need to have an vote on make sure that yes, we are all agreed to send this to council? I do not know this one.
Subject to council in May, and then it will be part of their annual budget adoption process.
Okay,
32.5, as always, it's up to council if they want to award more or if they want to rearrange them. But your ranking and your funding recommendations.
it is with them, the data is with them. If they want to allocate, they have more money, where to allocate, whatnot. So the only one request I want to put in there, in that last time also we did that one. If there is an extra fund comes, right? So we really trimmed many because of the fund constraint, right? I just want to, even if it's a 10K comes, right? How they allocate, we're not going to discuss further, but council's their discretion to do that. But it'll be good to give it to them, the people where we trimmed on it, rather than again going back onto the other priorities. Can we give because we really strongly put that recommendation to them. Again, we only recommend, council makes the call. But we want to put in there, if there is excess funding coming, we want to make sure that that particular one, first we need to look into it because of the constraints. We didn't give it to many of them, what they really asked for, like Fremont School District, right? 15K kind of. So we really want to make sure that it is allocated to them first, and if it is excess, it can go to the rest. That's a request. I want to make sure as part of the submission, it's a commission recommendation. Is that all commissioners are okay with that, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll close that one. Okay, we have still a lot of agenda items.
We still have a few agenda items.
Oh my God. Oh, it's only 9:40.
Not many.
Not. So officially we closing this item and then moving on to, sorry, I'm kind of lost on.
Item 6.
Item 6, yeah.
Well, let me go. Item 6, the Parks and Recreation Commission 2026 meeting topics. Recommended action: review and approve the list of potential meeting topics for 2026.
And that
We
would
have
be
the
me.
list.
That would be me.
Yes,
So packet, you saw what the city is referring to this year as the work plan.
Mhm.
So for the purposes of this group, it used to be referred to as the commission annual calendar. But now the city has designated it as the title work plan to reflect the work of the commission over this calendar year. So I put together a few things that I just want to remind the commission about. The work plan is intended to align with the commission's responsibilities as set forth in the municipal code and the council on Parks and Recreation specific policy, planning, and long-term vision. So with that being said, it includes things like capital improvement priorities, long-term park system planning, anything related with program-related policy, not operations, but program-related policy. In December, before I joined the team, you got an email from Jessica regarding any suggestions from the commission to be added to the work plan. And the work plan that was presented as part of your packet includes a summary of both one time, so something as simple as electing a chair and a vice chair, as well as, because that is part of the scope of the job, right?
Yes.
As well as ongoing work of the commission. So to support kind of informed, community-based insight, it also includes regular updates that staff may provide to you, so that way you have the knowledge to be able to make an informed decision on behalf of the commission. So what I have before you tonight is several items. The discussion is meant to look over what we want to codify through December of this year as the priorities of the group. And so I'd just like to go over a very high level of what those are. I'm sure you've reviewed them in detail before tonight's meeting. So the first thing on the first row is about the Parks and Recreation Department presentations. Again, this goes back to those presentations that are intended to provide you with insight so you can make informed decisions. The second item is specific to Public Works Department presentations. We are a Parks and Recreation Department. However, the park side of the operations falls into Public Works. And so we are suggesting an annual report from the Public Works Department on the operations there. The third row is that of community funding, which ironically, without a work plan, we've already accomplished one of our goals by providing a recommendation to the council. Row 5 is specific to capital improvement projects. Little side note on the estimated timeline there, within the next month or so, we will be bringing forward to the commission the fiscal year 26-27 capital improvement project proposed items, as well as a 5-year plan. Row 5 is that of calendar development. This is a function of the group, so we've included all functions of the group. Theoretically, we're going to achieve that one tonight too, so we very well could check 2 items off our list in one evening. I have been sending you quite a bit of emails related with commissioner training and reporting requirements. And those items we also reinforced at Monday's meeting. That is a function of the commission. So that is reflected in line 6. And we just combined all of those training functions into one line item versus each type in separate line items. The electing of a chair and vice chair, again, that was something that was achieved this evening. That's row 7. Meeting attendance, we'll talk a bit more about that, but that is a function of the group. So that is something on the work plan. Attending Parks and Recreation Department events. Many of you have done that in the past. You know the importance of that to be able to not only observe, but and to engage in what we have going on. So that's row 9. Row 10 is visiting Parks and Recreation Department facilities. Some of that is just on your own as it relates to becoming familiar with different things, but other aspects would be if we're talking about a specific item at a specific park, right? We would recommend that you go and see it for yourself, right? So it can kind of serve dual functions. Row 11 is that of attending the Cupertino Community Service Awards program that is hosted in the fall. Row 12 reflects the annual report that the Historical Society is required to bring forth to the commission before it moving forward. We also added line 13, similar to line 12, where it's reports from other partner organizations. So again, expanding the scope and breadth of this commission in having information from the groups that are partners to the Parks and Recreation Department. Website updates are more an administration function, but as soon as tomorrow morning, we'll be making some adjustments to the website to reflect like the chair and the vice chair. But also if there was any specific project of the commission, obviously, we'd be making notes on the website to refer people to the most recent documentation on that item. Attend city council meetings. This one, I want to make sure to hone in on and make sure that you know that you're not required to go to each one. But when we do have an item on the agenda that has gone through the Parks and Recreation Commission, it is generally very much recommended that the chair be present to reinforce or reflect the opinion of the commission. And then last but not least, the mayor holds every other month meetings with the chair. And so that too is a function of the commission. So those are the things that we've been able to articulate that we feel really helps to guide the work of the commission specific to the charge of the commission in the code. And tonight would be the night to theoretically adopt the work plan and or make any adjustments to it if it's not if you have any additional recommendations.
Okay, thank you.
Back to you.
Thank you. Now, commissioners, it's a clarifying questions. If at all, if you have any clarifying questions on this, it's time. Commissioner Stan.
What's the time frame of this work plan?
So through December 31st.
Also, the calendar year.
So it is calendar year. Yes, yes.
That's a little.
It is a little different, but that is one adjustment that we're making as an organization. So it mimics the when commissioners are coming on and off versus a fiscal year, which would
That was kind of what I was.
correct. Correct. It does not mimic a fiscal year. It mimics when the group rotates. So that way everybody has a role initially as they come on to be able to have a role in what is on the plan.
Any other commission? Any clarifying
Not on this
questions?
one. No.
Okay, thank you. And since it's an item, I think we need to open for a public comment as well, right?
That is correct.
No public.
No, yeah, I just wanted to see, is there any public on that too?
We have no speakers.
No. Okay, thank you. And
We need to move and put a motion to approve?
that's what I was about to, yeah, ask. So then the next step is that I think we need to invite a motion and approve the proposed work plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just reading through. it.
Okay, I will propose, sorry, for you proposing?
No, go ahead, ladies first.
I will make the motion. Accept. Can
Yes.
second it?
Yes.
And
Second.
Commissioner Bono seconded it. Staff, you can start the voting.
Commissioner Kumarapan?
Yes.
Oh,
Chair.
Oh, yes.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not offended. Oh my God. Thank you. I do last.
Commissioner Stanek?
yes.
Commissioner Swami?
Yes.
Vice Chair Srikan?
Yes.
Chair Kumarapan?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, I think moving on to the next item, staff and commission reports. Any reports from our commissioners? Anyone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Commissioner Swami? please.
Yes, thank you. It has been my privilege to attend almost all of the mayor meetings, and I'm also deeply privileged that the mayor has considered Parks and Recreation to be her right hand, and I've had the privilege of having several special meetings with her. So we have a lot to be proud of how our commission has actually proposed. In fact, last year, she even went above and beyond and gave us extra funding beyond what we have asked for. So I'm very proud of our commission. And I'm also proud of the fact that I had the opportunity to lead such an august group of fantastic commissioners with Vice Chair Bono as my partner in crime with the rest of you. With regard to some of the data that we had in the last mayor's meeting. We have a new mayor, Kitty Moore. And Kitty actually gave a fantastic presentation talking to us about certain issues that we were not aware of. And I think it'll be helpful for us to know that we have a huge number of increase of new membership for the Cupertino Sports Center, the new Cupertino Sports Center in 2025. We went from 222 the year before to 312. And in terms of residents, it went from 137 to 188. 2026 is still very early on. And so it's about 61 as of February 25th of last year. So we're doing really well on that count as well. And that comes under our purview too, in some sense. So staff, specific call outs to you guys for doing a phenomenal job over there. Thank you. The total membership, in addition to the new membership, total membership also went up significantly from 1676 to 1,980 year over year. And 2026 folks, believe it or not, it is as of March 9th, 2026, is 2,051. We're doing really well, right? 37% are residents, the membership, and 63% are non-residents. With regards to SV Hopper data, we have about 50% of the students that are using this. And one of the key things that is worrisome for Cupertino as a whole is that, remember the 1% property tax we all pay in the city of Santa Clara? Apparently, by the way, the 5 most popular destinations for the Hopper, guess what it is? Dianza College, Monta Vista High School, Caltrain stations, Cupertino Library, City Hall, and various shopping centers. Come to one of the sales tax, which is a little bit worrisome, and it has nothing to do with us directly, but indirectly, it hurts us tremendously because we have only 32,500 to divvy up. Remember how much we used to have earlier on? And of the 1% that all of the cities actually pay to the Santa Clara County, guess who gets the maximum? Milpitas gets a huge chunk of change. Okay, we get only 6.5%. Milpitas gets 16.26%. Mountain View gets over 16%. San Jose gets 13.29%. Cupertino gets only 6.51%. Montessorino gets 6.35%. And we can only boast that we are above the 3 cities in the county. So that is why when we see all these reductions, it is primarily because of that. Yes.
Is it distributed based on population?
No, I think whatever they decided earlier on, I don't know how they had done it at that point in time, because the percentage should be based on, whatever you are paying. It's not based on, because there were a lot of unincorporated areas that became part of Cupertino. So the 6.5, I doubt if it reflects that, but don't quote on it.
Yes.
Yeah, and
It's mostly no, but I don't want to firmly state that super 100% with 100% confidence.
And Mayor Moore did also a presentation at the Women's League of Voters together with Assembly Member Patrick Perrins, Supervisor Margaret Abekoga. She did point and presented a great detailed
Yes,
presentation on that, and it's kind of sad on where the
exactly.
city of Cupertino is as far as the
Yes.
money. Yeah, it's a very sad situation.
Very sad, because it used to be very small and there were huge chunks of unincorporated. But by that time, once it's all firmed up, no city is going to give up 16%. They're not going to say, let's make it equitable based on the population. They're not doing that. So one of those, that is a challenge for us going forward. And yes,
Will be a good point for me to carry forward.
yes, absolutely. In
Okay,
addition to
thank
all
you.
the absolute other thing that we have lost, this is one of the other whammies that we have to deal with.
Awesome. Thank you, Commissioner. Any other commission reports? No, I think we'll go to the staff report if any.
Okay, and this being my first, it might be a little bit longer than normal, but I'm hopeful that it will help set the tone not only for our working relationship moving forward, but also help guide myself and guide you through, we're gonna work together through December. And well, for some of you, much longer than that. So with that being said, I plan to approach the commission or excuse me, the staff liaison reports with sharing highlights since the last commission meeting. And then providing detailed information on upcoming programs and events, initiatives on behalf of the department. Offering any sort of timely updates that may be affecting our department. And anything else that may be of impact to the commission. So with that being said, if you're agreeable to that approach, that's how we've approached tonight. But if you'd like something different moving forward, that would be important to reach out to me
Yeah.
on
Please
outside.
start with what you have right now. We will.
Perfect. Okay, slide is not moving forward. So.
Please do, yes.
The PDF. I'm trying. Let's just do it the old fashioned way. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Little clunky there. We had the Big Bunny 5K on Saturday, March 7th at Civic Center Plaza was the start and the finish of the run. For those of you that are interested in metrics, we had 588 5K participants and an additional 135 kids run participants. So it is definitely one of the years with one of the highest total overall participants. And if you haven't seen that kids run, it is absolutely adorable. So we included a couple photos of that. I'm going to go to the next item. We had the Teen Resource Fair this past Saturday, March 21st at the Main Street Cupertino. It included not only a booth of our own because we are recruiting for summer programs. So we definitely were reaching out for folks not only as lifeguards and rec leaders, but starting the process for Rev Kids, LIT, YAB, all of our different youth, civic, and service-oriented groups. We also had folks from Fremont Union High School District from the Intra-District Council's Wellness Committee, having student wellness organizations present for that, as well as folks from Santa Clara County from the Youth Task Force, the County Sheriff Youth Cadet Program, and some internship opportunities within the county. This past Saturday, the 28th, we had the Senior Center's Volunteer Recognition Lunch. For those of you that aren't familiar with that, we affectionately refer to it as VRL because that's quite a mouthful. And it is an invite-only event. So if you're not familiar with it, in order to qualify to get an invite, you have to have donated at least 50 of your hours as a volunteer to the Senior Center to do that. And you might be surprised to know that 123 people were eligible. So that means 123 people had at least 50 hours. You don't have to be a senior to volunteer at the Senior Center, by the way. So there were people of all ages that got to partake. Each year, the theme for the event is a surprise. And if you haven't seen it before, the entire facility from head to toe becomes the theme. It was absolutely incredible. One of the most incredible things I've seen. This year's theme was video game. And it was all old video games, like from the 80s, you know, some of the very basics like Pac-Man and that sort of stuff. The event was called Our Volunteers Are Next Level. Get it? Very video game. And we had not only games, I took some pictures of the games themselves, but games, prizes associated with the games, entertainment, and a full lunch. Now, the complicating factor with this event is the volunteers are the ones being recognized. So we actually sought out, right? They would usually help us organize something like this. So the volunteers were actually sought out by the Key Club and the Kiwanis. So they actually did the barbecuing and did the whole serving of the folks and everything. And I do want to say one last fun fact. The entertainment was a pianist who played all old video game lyrics, songs and lyrics, and had a slideshow to go with it. It was like nothing you've ever seen before. It was very specific and tailored to the event. So pretty fun.
Can we see the recording of that?
I don't know if we have a recording, but I will ask. It was definitely live and fun, that's for sure. Okay, this Saturday is Earth and Arbor Day. It'll be taking place in the Cupertino Civic Center Plaza. New this year, Torrey Avenue will be closed between Pacifica and is that Rodriguez, I think, on the other end? And so over 45 organizations are planned to be present and will be on the plaza itself as well as the stage. And then in the street will be the music, the dancers, the food trucks, all of the things, the kind of picnic setup, picnic area and stuff to support the event. So I'm hopeful that I will see you there. And it should be a very fun event. And I'm very excited to hear that the weather's going to be cooperative now too. Most of you are probably familiar with Hack Cupertino, an event that's taken place the last several years. That's going to be right on the horizon on April 11th at 6 p.m. It starts on the 11th and it goes through 13 hours consecutive to April 12th at 10:30 in the morning. It's a 13-hour overnight event for 13 to 18-year-olds. And if you don't know what a hackathon is, it is a creative space for teens for them to foster science, technology, engineering, art, and math to create, code, and develop tech-based solutions for the community. The fun fact associated with this program is there have been past projects that have taken place at this event that the city's actually embraced and implemented throughout the city. So centered around sustainability, mental health, and community engagement. So there are some prizes for the winners, and we look forward to seeing what our teens come up with this year. So that event is on April 11th. Next, we have the foot golf tournament on May 2nd. It is a family-friendly event at Blackberry Farm Golf Tournament. If you don't know what foot golf is, it's a fun twist on traditional golf where you actually use a soccer ball to kick it towards the ball. And it's perfect for all ages and skill levels. The event itself, although you can foot golf at the golf course, you know, anytime, the event itself is a little bit different because it brings together other foot golfers and it'll only be foot golfing during that time. And it includes the ball, the green fees, the snacks, and some prizes. So if it is something that you'd like to try, adults are $18 for residents and youth are $14, and we are accepting registration now. The next item that we have coming up is May 8th. That is the Senior Center's Live Well, Age Well Health Expo. It is going to be from 10:30 in the morning until 1:30 in the afternoon at the Senior Center. There will definitely be presentations, booths, activity demonstrations, and the Senior Center will be providing lunch to the first 50 participants at that event. And then probably not last, but second to last, I wanted to talk just a bit about commissioner accountability. We are going to be working together, like I said, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about some core expectations and reciprocate in the same way in supporting you over the coming year. But the reason for this is just to reiterate some of the stuff that we said on Monday night, and then some of the stuff that is kind of specific to this group. But everything so that way our commission can not only operate effectively, but in compliance with legal requirements. And really one thing that I want to focus on over the coming year is using staff time effectively. We have a number of projects and a number of things. I was tempted to actually walk you through what it takes just to get a report on the agenda, but given the time frame, I'm going to save that for another meeting. But the number of people that see this packet before it goes live is probably crazy making to some, but it is the process that we need to go through. And I really want to make sure that we aren't, that we're effective with our staff time. So I want to talk a little bit about training. Obviously, that was really reinforced on Monday night. I am pleased to say that we have come almost into full compliance. We have one last item, and I will follow up with that commissioner specifically. But we are in really good shape for our Form 700 and our ethics training and harassment and all the different tech trainings that come out once a month and all of that stuff. So that is something that I will be following up with folks on a monthly basis, if so that way we don't catch ourselves behind. But it really puts us at a point where we reduce risk of having any additional liability to the city. And it also helps us to make sure that we don't invalidate any decisions of this group. So I will be following up with you on that. Similarly, I want to talk a bit about meeting attendance. We have a very strong record, but I'd like to keep it that way. And if not, make it a little bit stronger. But really it leads to better continuity for the group, more thoughtful policy making, and really more effectiveness on behalf of the commission. I really feel like strong participation leads to strong outcomes. And missed meetings really do cause an effect for additional staff work, which again, I want to work towards reducing. And it really pushes out important decisions, as well as it shows respect for fellow commissioners, staff, and really the people you represent in our community. So I'm hopeful that we can really, do what we can to increase our participation on the regularly scheduled meetings. I know it's a little bit more difficult when we have a special meeting because those aren't in your calendar through the rest of the year. But I really hope with the work plan that we've established that there is really little to no need for special meetings over the course of the year as well. So that's my intent, and that's what I'm going to be working towards. My next header is communications. I know you guys are used to communicating through Jess, and she is an amazing professional. I was hopeful to be able to be CC'd on anything that you communicate with her. Doing that will help me with her workload and making sure to be able to support her and to help prioritize her work. But also it will lead to more effective preparation for our meetings in times where she's out and something won't sit. It'll come to me, or vice versa. She will see that I'm out and she might be able to cover something on my behalf. So I'm really hoping that by having both of us on there, it also will minimize any confusion or anything. It'll be super clear. We're going to do the same. So you'll see both of us when we're corresponding to you. You'll see both of us on there moving forward. But that was at her request as we made the transition, that it would really support her in supporting the commission. So that's that. I also just want to remind us that really the commission is a shared responsibility of the public's trust. It's why hopefully you became a member, is you have an interest in Parks and Recreation. You have an interest in not just what's happening today and tomorrow, but long-term planning for the department. And I'm really hopeful that over the coming year that I could work with you, our chair, and really distribute the workload amongst the commissioners equally, and really form a nice strong bond between all of you. So that is super important to me. Relationships are super important. And I just want to make a general observation about tonight. I think we covered a lot of ground. And I was really impressed with what Jacinta was able to prepare, and just as impressed with the group and the thoughtfulness that went into the process. I would just make one observation, and I would hope that we can work towards cleaning this up just a tad moving forward, is I heard a lot of incredible thought and meaningful conversations and stuff, but I think some of it was lost in multiple conversations taking place at once. And I really think not only because we have the Zoom function and that is a requirement by law to have, but for the person listening at a later date to be able to follow a conversation and to be able to participate fully, whether it's live or at a later date as a recording. I'd really like to eliminate simultaneous conversations and interruptions and really give the chair the floor and the ability to direct the conversation. So I'm going to try and reinforce that at the next meeting, and I would hope that we would make that a priority not just for the listeners at home, but to make our meetings a little bit more efficient with time. So, okay, so that's gonna be some of my charge. The last thing I want to do this evening, I want to end on a positive note. You are gonna be some of the first people to see our summer guide.
Oh,
Did you get it? Okay. Okay, you got it. Okay, so I did bring copies for you. There you go. There you go. There you go. For those of you that might be interested in registering for a class, there is literally something for everybody in there. Whether it's a new hobby, a new skill, fitness, wellness, whatever, I encourage you to take a peek, whether it's for yourself or another person in your household, even a furry family member, because we do have even the pooch plunge on there. So resident registration begins on April 7th. You are not non-residents, so you don't need to worry about that. And then activities start June 1st. So, I thought I was getting it to you guys before you got it in the mail, but it's a really great, production.
Well done.
Yeah, it's a very well done.
Appreciate that.
It's very well done. So, Chair, that does conclude my presentation.
Thank you.
If you have any feedback to me as a group, I'm all ears, and I really look forward to working with you.
Thank you. That was a great presentation, and I think we noted down the details. If commissioners have any questions or anything, they can work with you. For now, I think, can we move on to the next agenda item?
Yeah.
So, next one is the future agenda setting. And I think, maybe before I go there, staff, I think based on the new protocol, I think I missed it. The first should be the staff presentation, and then the commissioner reports as per this. So going forward, I will adhere to that one.
Absolutely.
And now, this portion of the meeting is reserved for the chair or any two commissioners to propose a future agenda item within the jurisdiction of the commission. A proposal to add a future agenda item shall be brief and without discussion by the commission. Staff can ask clarification question as needed. I'm just going through the new process.
Yep.
I'm just reading it, but going forward, I'll bring up that notes.
Absolutely.
Not a problem.
Nothing like handing you something 2 minutes, into your role as chair.
Yeah, thank you. So before I go on it, Chief Commissioner, so any new item for the future agenda setting, if anyone has it? Okay, two, I got two now. So go to Vice Chair.
For the, next or whenever, whatever be recommended today to the council, when they approve it, can we see that in one of the meetings in the future? What amount is going in the grant program, who is getting how much, or if they are adding any more funds? It's just the final result of it.
I think the staff normally share that.
This is like, yeah.
Absolutely.
They
That
would
would be
discuss
common, but absolutely noted that, it will be important. Now, keep in mind, it will be a couple months just based on the way our meetings fall in cooperation with when the council will make that decision, but absolutely.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay, funding update, that is. Okay, thank you, Vice Chair, Commissioner Swanee.
Today actually we did not, because of the agenda as a chair, I had thought it made sense, just keeping in mind everybody's time schedule that we do. We have our final report on the senior thing to present, so we need to do that in the next meeting.
Yeah.
So if we can put that, that'd be great. So at
This
least
is
it-
about
the senior center,
Senior center
senior
discussion.
programs, not centers.
Right.
Yeah.
Senior center program.
The
senior
programs for seniors in Cupertino and the interjunction between them and high school students.
And I had mentioned to former Chair Swami that with the agenda for this
Exactly.
meeting, that I
Too much.
had made the
Yeah.
the decision to postpone that to a future meeting. So,
So
Yes.
I'll work with you.
yes,
on that.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I was
Okay.
proposing the
Thank
next.
you. I don't
meeting.
have anything additional. Let's discuss it at that time, and then if we have to pick anything, we can just go. ahead and do
Yeah.
it. That's all I believe.
I think
Oh,
as long as you
fine.
formally,
Yeah, thank you.
meeting, I think we're okay.
Yeah, thank you, staff and all the commissioners. Fantastic evening. We achieved a lot of things. So I'm calling the Park and Rec meeting, adjourned at 10:16. Well,